Hey guys, happy Monday. I was like, oh yeah, duh, I'm doing the weekly right now. As I literally was going to the live, I saw Stellium's comment. I'm sure she's getting the Clydester settled. I was. Um, he's been he's been a little inconsistent about his food, so it was a lot of negotiating. And it's interesting now. He's like getting all lively as we are now in the live. But hello, hi. I hope you guys are doing good today. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. It looks glitchy on my end. I really hope it's not too glitchy on your end. Um, Hopefully that will mellow out. I tried to also like close everything and like clear out my recycle bin and all of that stuff to help it run smoother. But we'll see how this goes. You're clear. Okay, good. So it's probably just my technology on my end. I'll be asleep, dream, wake up, think it's been 2 hours, it's been 20 minutes, worn out. Yeah, I had a good sleep last night. Oh my God. Oh, I had such good sleep last night. I was like, thank God. But I did wake up like like my body feeling like a ton of bricks. And I was like, oh, okay. So I mean, all this Pisces energy, Pisces season, the moon Pisces this week. Dream time and sleep is going to be abnormal. Okay. It's going to be very abnormal. I actually think for some people it may um feel like extremes, like insomnia or like sleeping a lot. Piscean energy tends to be like sleeping a lot. Or just really tired, or really being in in dream time and really vivid dreams and visions and things like that. So yeah, sleep is going to be weird for a bit. But before I get ahead of myself, if you are new, the way this works, we go over the astrology of the week. I give you my 2 cents on it from a channeler's perspective, just like literally channeled messages I get about the current energies, and also from an astrologer's perspective. And we will potentially do a collective reading. I'm debating honestly if it's even necessary, but we'll see. And we are doing signs today. That was made very clear to me. We're going to be doing some signs today. But yeah, so that's what you can expect, and this should be time stamped as well. Also, just a little bit of housekeeping. I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this on Aloha Friday. I could be mistaken, but just a little bit of house cleaning really quickly. So Vimeo has been reinstated. For those who care about that, just letting you know, my Vimeo accounts have been reinstated. It's been a whole thing. We don't need to go into it, but things are back to normal. So there's that. What else? Oh, the ads. That's what it was. So when we do the lives, the ads are, how do I want to say? Not to the way I like it to be. I am working within the parameters that YouTube allows me to for the functions and features they allow for monetization when you go live on a desktop versus live on the phone. It's been a whole thing, but like I just wait for it to finish processing after we're done going live, and then I go in and I change it back to how I like it, which is just like an ad in the front and the ad in the end. But keep in mind it does take some time. Okay. So even if you see that like I've put the timestamps in the video, the ads may not have changed because it actually has to finish processing. Otherwise, the system won't allow me to change anything. Okay. I feel like there's something else. I feel like there's something else. If there is, it's eluding me in the moment. So maybe it's not that important. But I am eager to get into some of these energies here. And I have some timestamps already ready to go. Hey, buddy. Before I start, are you settled? Do you have everything you need? It really was a lot trying to get him kosher before going live here. And I had all this extra time, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be early. No, it's like the latest I think I've been for a live. Are you? You cool? Can I get into my stuff today? Oh, I know you like that a lot. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So, I am going to do an overview really quickly for those who don't want a deep dive of astrology, but you just want to get the gist of what's going down. All right. So, with this week, we do have the new moon in Pisces on the 27th of February. We already did the hangout for Patreon on Sunday. Oh my God, was that just yesterday? Yesterday. That is on available on Vimeo, but I may start doing just like quick little explanations on YouTube. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If it is something that ends up being in my bandwidth, I just won't really know in this present moment. But it is available on Vimeo if you want to have access to that. And of course, it's available on Patreon. We also have Venus going retrograde on the 1st, very long anticipated. Also, I think Mars going stationary direct this last week was like actually had more anticipation around that, and we are finally in that energy, which feels really good. And so some of you guys may have been experiencing that, like suddenly things that have felt kind of difficult to actually do and like put into action and actually put energy into. There's a little bit more ease there, a little bit more motivation, a little bit more physical vitality. Of course, it depends on where Mars was transiting in your charts as well. But that's a nice relief. I was feeling it and I'm like, ooh, I can actually like do some shit now. I don't know. It felt good for me. But yes, on March 1st, Venus is going retrograde in Aries. And on that same day, we do have Mercury entering, can I speak today? Entering the pre-shadow for its retrograde phase. And then on March 15th, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries. April 7th, Mercury goes stationary direct. I'm giving you all the dates here. April 15th, Venus will go stationary direct. April 26th, Mercury will finish its post-shadow period. May 16th, Venus will finish its post-shadow period. So even before we're talking about the energies of this week, I just want to say the next couple months, I would say for most of spring, is going to feel a little crunchy, okay? Because of Venus retrograde, because of Mercury retrograde, but also we are in the post-shadow from Mars retrograde, so we're integrating all of the stuff that we were learning and growing through. I almost want to say struggling through in terms of Mars, okay? And that post-shadow doesn't finish until May. And Mars doesn't even move out of Leo until June. Okay, so I'm painting the picture for you guys here. So all through March and April, we have Mercury and Venus doing its retrograde thing. Come May, the post shadow for Venus and Mars and Mercury will finish. That is also when Saturn will move into Aries. But then come June is really when we are lifted out of all these retrograde lessons. So yes, the entirety of spring is basically like its own retrograde season. Okay. So yes, a little crunchy, nothing to be afraid about. All right. Nothing to worry about. It is what it is. We can still enjoy. We can still have fun. There can still be really cool things happening. It just is what it is. All right. Now, coming to the energies of this week, there are a few things I want to highlight. So Mercury and being in Pisces, as it's leading up to its pre-shadow retrograde phase, is actually doing a lot. Mercury in Pisces is super active this week and is taking us on actually I would say a really nice experience. So some of you may have already been feeling this over the weekend, a little bit of like a void like energy, like that void of Pisces and kind of a lot of quiet time or isolating time. You could even say hermiting time. We're going to have this experience from the beginning of the week with this like being in the void and having what I've been calling a quiet release, where there is a relinquishing, a letting go, or shifting internally. Pluto's part of this too, and I'll get to that. Some of you, it's actually making quiet decisions, just internal decisions, even about like leaving certain things behind or exiting certain situations. It's all about Pisces, which is all about letting go and closure and completion, right? But it feels very quiet. It feels very internal. It doesn't feel like it's spoken out loud necessarily. I think that will come later. And then we start to move into this very amped up intuitive sort of space. And some of you guys may have already be feeling that, but it will be peaking around the new moon, which is in the middle of the week. Okay. So this like amplified intuitive space, I'm just calling it the loud truth. A lot of psychic noise will be happening at that time. A lot of telepathy will be happening at that time. A lot of clarity as well, which is why there's going to be this just like overwhelming awareness of some of these big truths that maybe we've had a lot of confusion around. It'll just be undeniable. It will be in our faces. Some of these truths will be delivered verbally, which is also why I was saying like the expression of some of this stuff is going to come a little later. And then by the end of the week, we have a really nice emerging into just like a lot of pleasure and fun and joy and creative energy and passionate energy. A lot of social energy, actually. So it's interesting. We're going to start the week out being a little bit in like a cave-like mode, doing the things we got to do for ourselves. Again, having these quiet releases. And then we're going to hit this peak where truth and intuition and psychic awareness is super loud, super prominent, inescapable, really. And then we're going to be able to emerge and move into this place where we're really enjoying the moment. And it feels really good. Now, part of the beginning of the week is also a potential. This is not for everybody. Everything that I tell you, as far as like the overview and astrology, it's just the potential of what can be experienced. Everybody is different. Everybody chooses to utilize these energies differently. Everyone's chart is different, right? So just know that. And as I'm speaking about all of this, but in the beginning of the week, coinciding with this like void, quiet space, quiet release, we do have the potential for deep transformation. And I mean deep, 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 deep transformation that will also coincide with releasing the narratives and the beliefs, the quiet release energy that I've already been speaking about. Emerging out of that, everyone's going to have their own time with this, but emerging out of that, there's going to be a very strong voice within people. This is just the potential. Okay. Especially if you kind of lean towards humanitarianism, social justice, leading people, speaking on behalf of people, this can really apply to you. But it is emerging with this very strong voice and a high level of motivation to do something with that voice and to do something with this um, newfound, how do I want to say this? Newfound truth, awareness, energy of what your unique life experience makes you well suited for. That can be in terms of a solution, that can be in terms of a common goal or a cause, etc. It's some really powerful energy. It actually feels really nice. Now, there's a couple other general things that are happening too. We do have this like general little boost of optimism because of Jupiter. Thank you, Jupiter. And a little bit of a lucky streak for some people. Not everyone will experience that, some more than others, just because that's just the roll of the dice, but that is prominent. And we have this nice support of ordering chaos, is like how I'm referring to it. That's because of Saturn and Uranus. And again, we'll get into it in the astrology portion. This is just the overview. This ordering chaos is helping us to manage big changes and also helping us to take on really challenging tasks or things that we find innately difficult, but having a bit more of an ease of being able to deal with it. And maybe through changing our approaches or having more innovative ways of going about these difficult things. Okay. Now, keep in mind, this managing chaos energy is actually going to help us a lot during spring and during the crunchiness of Mercury, Venus retrograde, and then the completion of the integration of Mars retrograde, because it will follow us through April, which is going to be very nice. Believe me, we're going to want that. We are going to want that because when we go through any retrograde, but particularly like these more what we refer to in astrology as like daily planets, like Mercury, Venus, Mars, anything that is pre Saturn and Jupiter, which is basically just those three. Those retrograde phases tend to affect our daily life. They tend to affect things that are much more immediate and much more on the surface versus something like Saturn retrograde, which brings in more themes and experiences that are a little denser, a little heavier, a little bit more serious, a little bit more long term, like a Saturn return cycle, right? For example. So through the crunchiness and potential delays, potential miscommunications of Venus and Mercury retrograde, we have Saturn and Uranus working together, helping us to manage the chaos of everything. And also to help us to be more adaptable, which is always, beneficial during a retrograde phase. So that's just a little bit of an overview of this week and also going into spring. I will also say, because of the way the retrograde phases are falling with Venus and Mercury, really, really, oh my God, is it already starting? I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I would say really utilize Mercury this week before March 1st, not just because of Venus retrograde, but also because the pre-shadow for Mercury doesn't start until March 1st. And since Mercury is really active this week, if you like want to make some plans for spring, you want to make some plans for the rest of the year, there's some things you want to like get nailed in contract wise, there's some things you want to, the big talks you want to have with certain people, this is the week. This is the week. If you can't do it this week and you're pushed into doing it during all this like retrograde craziness of spring, that is okay. Sometimes things work out that way because it's literally just the nature of retrogrades as well. We can't always avoid like making decisions or doing things or planning with Mercury retrograde phases because it happens often. We usually get Mercury retrograde like 3 or 4 times in the year, which is a lot. It's like almost averages out to once a season, roughly, depending on the year. And it's just not reasonable. It's not reasonable to like avoid life during those times. It is a time where we grow and we learn, even if it is through delays or mistakes or things not going as expected. So it's just part of life. So, again, I want to encourage you to look forward to spring, even through the crunchiness. Okay. Okay. So, that being the overview, let's go ahead and get into the actual astrology. I love when he's quiet and settled like this. I think he heard me. Okay. All right. So, first thing I want to talk about, actually, you know what? Let me timestamp this too. I need a different pen. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, let's timestamp this as well. Okay, so let's talk about Jupiter alongside Venus. So all week we have Venus in Aries at 10 degrees, which again starts to retrograde on March 1st, is sextile Jupiter in Gemini, which goes from 11 degrees to 12 degrees this week. That sextile is beautiful. We talked about it last week. It's one of the luckiest aspects we can experience in astrology. And I do keep saying that because it's just true. Um, but Jupiter with Venus in this way, it's a lot of opportunities and doors opening where it feels like there's fate involved or there's luck, synchronicities, and it is all around relationships, money, love, pleasure, creativity. I don't know if I mentioned money, but money is part of this too. And with Aries and Gemini, it's really honing in on the social factor of that. And if you're willing to kind of try new things and put yourself out there or get involved with other people, or just meet new people, this aspect can really work out well for you. So that's lovely. How can we not love that, right? And of course, depending on where Aries and Gemini are in your houses, it could be affecting you differently. I would look to Aries for this. Now, there is something else coinciding around Jupiter and Venus, especially around the new moon in Pisces. So again, to remind you, the new moon in Pisces is happening on February 27th, and the new moon is actually square Jupiter. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, like, meh. Which means it's also square the sun. That square, generally for the week, doesn't really kick in until about, yeah, like actually right around the new moon. I would say like the 26th, but really, I would say more the 27th. So just know that the square doesn't really kick into gear until the middle of the week alongside the new moon. Having Pisces square Gemini with sun, moon, and Jupiter, it can really bring out the shadow. And I referred to this on Patreon as like the mutable shadow. So something to keep in mind, you may still feel the yumminess of Jupiter, right? The optimism of Jupiter, the uplifted, upbeat kind of yumminess of Jupiter, especially with that sextile to Venus. However, there can be a little bit of overconfidence, overindulging, a little bit of excess going on. And with the mutable shadow in particular, that can almost be like too lofty, like too lofty of ideas. Lofty loyalty was a big one that was coming through channel wise. So you just want to be mindful that whatever you say you're going to do, whatever you intend on investing in, that you mean it. You know what I mean? Because it has this vibe of like, and I explained it on Patreon like this, like, oh yeah, let's grab coffee on Wednesday. And then Wednesday comes and you just like find a better offer or like or just don't want to go and you don't have a really good reason or it's like you know what I mean, it's like stuff like that, which may not be a big deal but for some people it might be. But like I said, the sextile with Venus I think is going to mellow that shadow out a little bit, especially because Venus is semi-sextile, all that Pisces energy with the sun and the moon. Semi-sextile just means it's neighboring it, right? Pisces, Aries. So Venus is acting as a bridge almost to that difficulty of the square. So I think overall it's going to be really nice and we're still going to enjoy the luck and the fun and all the good times to have with Venus sextile Jupiter. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. Now moving on. Yeah, we'll do 25 here. We'll do 25. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, well, I'll mention this. I already mentioned in the overview, but I'll mention it here. Saturn is in Pisces at 20 degrees all week and is sextile Uranus and Taurus at 23 degrees. That's that managing the chaos. Love it. Glad it's there. It gonna be there for a good couple months. So kosher there. Now, Mercury. This is where we're going to talk mostly about Mercury. Actually, let me do a little circle here. So throughout the week, Mercury moves pretty fast. Mercury's going from 18 degrees of Pisces all the way to 28 degrees of Pisces, right? So that's a pretty big range. And along the way, it's hitting a lot of celestial bodies. It's starting in the beginning of the week working with Saturn, Mars, and Vesta. I'm going to say that again. In the beginning of the week, it's working with Saturn, Mars, and Vesta. And what's cool about this is I know this is not a typical grand water trine, according to most astrologers, but Mars being in Cancer, 17 degrees, is trine Saturn in Pisces at 20 degrees. And both of them are trine Vesta in Scorpio, which is going from 16 degrees to 17 degrees this week. Now, not all astrologers would consider that a grand water trine because Vesta is not a planet, so to speak. But the fact that Mercury's in the mix, I feel like is kind of amping that up. So I just want to, give you guys that information. So in the beginning of the week, this is that void, quiet release energy. All this Pisces energy is the void. And I kind of mentioned this already. Mars, Saturn, and Vesta have been with us for a while and have been assisting us with being devoted and understanding our commitments to what our heart really wants. What our heart wants, what our souls want, in terms of emotional needs, emotional stability. And with Vesta, there is also a flavor of sacred flame, purpose, calling, that sort of deal. There's a lot of healing to be had here as well, because there's a little bit of Chiron energy. Chiron is also square Mars while being sextile Chariklo. That Chiron energy is just helping us to let go and heal in whatever ways we need to. Doesn't apply to everybody. And at the same time, because Chiron is an Aries, it's also semi-sextile Mercury. So it's bridging to Mercury. I know I'm giving a lot of information here. And if it's hard to digest, that's okay. You can always come back. But needless to say, the beginning of the week, that Chiron mixed in with the grand water trine of Mars, Saturn, Vesta, and Mercury supporting this, it's all the clarity that's coming in of what we really care about, what we really want, what we feel called to do, what our heart wants, what our soul wants, and whatever's been getting in the way of that. Okay. Whatever's been getting in the way of us being able to see that and own that and run with it. And again, mostly around narratives. Like that's what I keep getting for most of the collective is like what's being released is narratives and how we talk to ourselves and stories and beliefs, things like that. And then we move into the new moon energy, which is middle of the week. And then around this time, hold on a second. Oh, excuse me. And around the new moon, we actually start to have Mercury working with Uranus. This is that loud truth. Okay. As if all this Pisces energy wasn't already making us super sensitive psychically and even just sensitive emotionally, right? Actually, I want to say compassionate more than anything and empathetic more than anything. When we have the new moon, Mercury is going to join that sextile between Saturn and Uranus. Okay. And what that's going to do is unexpected news, unexpected information is going to come flooding in, whether that is through intuitive means or whether that's through physical delivery of information, like social media, email, text messages, phone calls, actual physical conversations. And the way this unexpected information may come to you doesn't always have to be through like revealing secrets. That's definitely a possibility. It can also be through confessions, could also just be inspiring conversations, could be light bulb moments, like someone says something a certain way and it just goes ding. Breakthroughs are part of that as well. So be prepared that when the new moon comes, it's coming after a period of being very quiet with yourself and like having this internal releasing and letting go and shifting. And again, maybe even making some very conscious decisions to like not engage in certain things anymore, whether it's habits, relationships, environments. Habits are a big thing here. And then boom, just like truth bombs coming at you on the new moon. And then we move into the end of the week where Mercury actually joins up with Neptune and the North Node and Pluto and Juno and Pallas Athena. And then that's going to get me to start talking about that whole cluster. Like I said, Mercury is very active. I would really keep your eye on Mercury this week, which is going through the house of Pisces. 15 to 29 degrees is what I would look at for where all this shit is going down for everybody. But as Mercury starts to join up with Neptune and the North Node and Pluto and Juno, it's actually adding to more of this emergence and kind of being more active socially, being more active in our external world, and being creative and collaborative, especially with that Pluto energy. So let me talk about that a little bit here. Okay. So Mercury will join up with Neptune and North Node in a conjunction. Mercury, Neptune, North Node, and Pisces, right? All three of them by the end of the week will be sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto's also conjunct Pallas and also still working with Altair. If you don't know what this means, it's okay. Altair is bleh, is a fixed star called the Eagle Star, and it speaks of attaining wisdom through unexpected ways or unpleasant ways. Pluto working with Pallas and this fixed star in particular are really helping us to go very deep. Now, that Pluto conjunction is strongest actually at the beginning of the week when we're in that quiet space, when we're having the quiet release, when we're in our own little voids, having our own little process. That is when that conjunction is exact. Okay. So what's going to happen is if you're not already feeling it, and maybe you've already felt it over the weekend, Pluto's going to take us deep within ourselves in terms of our beliefs, right? And think about Aquarius in terms of our even like our consciousness as well, and in terms of the unique self, the unique identity, and how liberated or free we are in who we are or not, or in our lives or not, coinciding with all the shit that Mercury is helping us with. It is going to help us to release a lot of things. If that applies to you, some of y'all have done this, some of y'all feel like you don't need to do this, but this is definitely a collective energy that's happening right now. Okay. And when we release this, it's not going to go quietly. It's not going to go quiet. Like the quiet release, yes, but like some of these things will feel a little volatile because of the nature of fixed air, Aquarius, and the nature of Pluto. It definitely feels like a death to me, and it definitely feels like a shedding. We may even see this translate globally, but I want to stay focused on more of how you can experience this on an individual level. Okay. And then as we release these things, we emerge. We emerge into this exalted Aquarian energy, you could say, and that is coinciding with the end of the week energy, while Mercury is now joining the party with Neptune and North Node with Pluto, with Pallas Athena. Now, the Pallas Athena component adds an interesting flavor here because as we emerge, we have this new energy to us. We have a more confident energy to us. We have how do I want to say this? A stronger awareness of how our trauma, our unique experiences, all of the shit we've overcome in our lives, how we can uniquely like hold wisdom and solutions for these particular challenges, right? And then we can use that for the greater good. We can use that for people we love and care about. We can use that as little tools in our toolboxes, but it is really more about the utilization of that knowledge and of that personal life experience. Like, what has made you uniquely you to speak on the shit that you've been through, right? To speak on the shit you have learned in your unique experiences that no one else possibly could understand, right? And how can you use that to help other people? How can you use that to add to the collective knowledge base, right? That's what this energy is speaking to, which I think is very cool. And so within that, you could feel very strongly about certain causes or common goals. Again, the greater good is part of this too. Or maybe you're just like grateful and happy and you don't feel a need to use that for any reason, right? That's totally fine too. Now, Juno in Sag is sextile all this Aquarian energy and is trying all the Pluto energy alongside Mercury at the end of the week. Juno being in Sag, and where it is in Sag is also working with a fixed star called Ptolemy, roughly working with it. Ptolemy has a pretty strong magnitude, which is also why I feel the need to mention it. And it speaks to finding success through friendship, through the help of friends, the help of connections. And Juno represents partnership and marriage, right? So any sort of relationships around this time where you have a strong bond, especially an authentic spiritual bond. It's still very close to Scorpio, where personal growth is a huge part of those relationships, or travel is a huge part of those relationships, or just learning and education in general, like mentorship, student teacher sort of stuff, is a huge part of that relationship. That's going to help you with this transformation. That's going to help you with this release. That's what's going to help you to utilize what it is that you are owning about your unique life experience and how you can uniquely add to the collective in some way, or what you have to offer uniquely. Now, what was the other thing I wanted to mention about this? There's something else I wanted to mention about this, and it just ran away from me. Come back, come back, come back, come back. I feel like it's more about the emergence. Because having Neptune in the North Node in that conjunction, they've been conjunct for quite a bit. Which again has been really nice, right? Because the more we have released into the present moment, the more we have surrendered into just like having faith, and also really leading into the energy of unconditional love, um, and being open to the unknown and being adaptable with the void space. It's actually been helping all of us like push forward into the future a little bit, progress down certain pathways a little bit. And that's also helping here. There was something else I wanted to mention though, and I don't see it written down here. What was it? Oh, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. I will say too, with the new moon having Mercury sextile Uranus, any sort of studies that you're wanting to do or you're involved in will be a huge benefit at this time. Or just you just may find it more fun and easier. Or if you like don't have anything right now, you may be inspired to get into a study of some kind, whether it is like science-based or tech-based, even spiritual-based, just because of the nature of Pisces. Um, yeah, which is nice. I feel like there was something else. Oh, it was gonna bother me. Oh, it's gonna bug me. All right. I'm just gonna say, okay, whatever. That's plenty of information for right now. And I realize I forgot to do a timestamp for that little section, but that's okay. Let's do a timestamp for signs and ranges for this week of where to look in your charts for some of this stuff. Okay. All right. So there's 4 signs I would recommend looking at for the entirety of this week. You could look at the whole house of Pisces if you wanted to narrow it down for the nature of the week. Pisces 15 to 29 degrees, I would say, is where most of the energy is building in Pisces, and that's because of Mercury. All of the Mercury Pisces experiences of being in the void, having that quiet release, having all that loud truth coming in, no matter how it's coming in, and then having this emergence of creativity and joy and passion and collaboration and social energy, and being very willing to, again, take what you are ready to embody about your unique experience of who you really are, and bring that to the table in all of your experiences, right? But it feels very fun. It feels very fun to me. And this is also a house where you may experience some help with ordering the chaos, dealing with changes, dealing with very difficult and challenging tasks, right? And to-do list sort of stuff that can also be going down there. I would definitely keep your eye on Aries as well. Aries 10 to 15 degrees. That's just where Venus is going to be hanging out at for this week. That is going to be a house where you may experience a little lucky moment, lucky event, streak of luck, if you will, whether it is financial, romantic, relational, or you're just having a good time. Okay. Expect some sort of opportunity or something, some sort of event to take place there for most people, I would say. And Cancer 15 to 20 degrees, that is where Mars is at. And again, Mars has recently gone stationary direct. And so all of us should have had, or will have, some sort of release of some sort of struggle, a little bit more ease, a little bit more physical vitality, a little bit more of an eagerness, a readiness, a motivation to actually do something, actually do some shit, and even commit and devote to some shit or something or someone. Again, whatever's speaking to your heart and your soul there. And of course, Aquarius, 0 to 5 degrees. That is where the deep transformation can take place, that rise of empowerment, release of beliefs and narratives as well. And some of you may realize that you do want to put some of your energy and time or money towards the greater good or towards a cause that directly speaks to what you've been through in your life and how you are uniquely qualified to relate to that issue, that predicament, that challenge, or even help people with that particular challenge. Okay. Like an example would be, if you are, if you're a survivor of domestic violence, like you might start to feel like, you know what, I can actually go and like help people escape these domestic violence situations, or I want to volunteer and help, or maybe I just want to share my experience and talk about it. I expect a lot of people to want to like write in this moment, like WRITE. Interesting, because I just that's what I meant to say, and I heard the word like write, like RIGHT. Energy's funny that way. I expect a lot of people out of this to want to write, publish, speak, preach, seminars, webinars, things like that on their personal life experiences, especially utilizing social media. I do expect also a lot of people to use social media even more so around this time to make connections with the right people, where they can get involved in this way with people who are of the same feather, is how that wanted to be said. So interesting when channeling starts to happen when you're talking about astrology. Um, yeah, so that's all the astrology. I hope it helps. And I hope you guys have a great week with that. What was I gonna say? Sorry, there's like so much happening right now with my crown. I know that was fast. I know I went through that really fast. So again, you can always go back to this later. Everything is time stamped. I'm definitely in channel mode. And sometimes when I'm in channel mode like this, it just wants to like out of me. I'm trying to do my best to slow it down, but I don't want to miss anything either. Is a collective read necessary? I like doing them. I know they're not necessary per se, especially if we're doing signs, but I like them. So we're going to use Big Bertha here. If you're new, Big Bertha is a combination deck of Starseed Oracle and Angels and Ancestors. All the decks that I use are linked below, by the way. But yeah, let's do a quick little collective read and then we'll get into elements here. Sorry. Okay. Good timing as well. Need to speak our truth now. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Sorry, there's so much like psychic information going through my mind's eye. And things that I've also spoken about already on Patreon, and that's what I was doing. I was like filtering like, is this necessary to share right now? And it's like, no, it's not. Okay. And that's the thing too. I think this week, especially in the middle with the new in Pisces, there will be a lot of psychic noise. A lot. If you feel overwhelmed at all when that happens, if it's maybe God, I feel like that's just what I'm feeling right now. If you start to feel overwhelmed, I mean, you guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. Center, ground, right? Y'all know. I know y'all know. Some of you may actually feel like you need actual quiet. You may thank you. They're bringing up EMF. You may find electronics to be a little overstimulating at times, especially if you're already sensitive to that. And while we're starting the week with this benefit of the void and maybe spending a little time away from people, there's still a lot of benefit to engaging with people, but this is a balance thing. You got to find your balance with it, with your own needs. Because some of you guys are really sensitive and some of you guys are not, psychically and energetically, right? So some of you guys can handle more social energy than others. You just got to find your balance of it this week. But I'm telling you, there is a strong benefit to being social when you feel like you can handle it. But also don't underestimate the benefit of the void right now either. Lord have mercy. Oh, I know y'all know. I know for those of you guys who channel, I know you know how hard it is sometimes when it's like you're just in it and like trying to articulate. Okay. Yeah, I've been getting overstimulated as hell. Yeah. Focus, focus, focus will help a lot as well. Um, oh God, how do I want to say this? Because I just had this feeling of like tasks and goals in particular, and streamlining. That's a word that's coming up quite a bit. Staying really, really focused on these things that do matter to us, right? That's all the grand water trine. That's even like a little bit of the Aquarian energy. Um, excuse me. Um, almost utilizing the void to also, yeah, I almost this is that quiet release. So on Patreon, I was also getting like a quiet exit or like Seven of Swords energy of making like quiet moves, but it's all very internal. It's all very like non-tangible. It just feels like a lot of decision making is happening on how to facilitate more ease. And that's where like the streamline is coming in, but like maintaining focus, like utilizing the void to maintain focus on how you want to streamline your life. Um, I'm hearing streamline the noise. That's interesting. Oh, my voice is also going out a lot in this live. Also interesting. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Subtle activations, really. Balance is important. Yeah, I do expect a lot of activations and codes and all that stuff to be coming in. Everyone's in a different boat with that. And, just speaking very frank, I read for a lot of collectives. I call them tribes. I read for a lot of tribes that make up a collective. However, Rainbow Tribe, hey, Rainbow Tribe. Rainbow Tribe is, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. We're a lot, our waves are very much the same, the waves that we're on. So depending on the wave that you're on, this could be a time of feeling very overwhelmed by upgrades. Okay. And some of you, not so much. Some of you have developed a lot of tools along the way to deal with upgrades. And I just like, because I'm almost getting like some people are getting just like a little bit to get to a certain level. And some people need a lot to get to a similar consciousness, is almost how that feels. Everyone's different. It's not a hierarchy thing. It's not a more advanced thing. It's not about that. We're all just different people in different journeys, right? In different tribes. Okay. One more. Release any unnecessary cargo before take flight. Yeah. What do upgrades look like? They're like activations. It's literally receiving light. We say codes, right? It's the same thing. Receiving light and receiving codes to help alchemize, right? To help alchemize certain bodies, whether it's the emotional body, astral body is coming through, the physical body. It's always different. It's really an individual experience. For some people, the upgrades will come in the form of gifts, but that's not what happens all the time. Sometimes we get upgrades literally to upgrade the vessel, right? So the vessel can actually handle light a little bit easier, or handle the current energies that we are moving into as a collective, or even just for healing. Sometimes we get codes for healing purposes as well. I hope I hope that's clear. Oh my god. Oh, words are hard today. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? I get you. Okay, I know. Okay, cool. I've been subtly rebellious lately. Is that an upgrade? I would say that's part of the current energy. Aquarius, Uranus, like to me, like rebellious is the same thing as just embracing the unique self. It's the same thing, right? Because if you're embracing your unique, authentic self, you're not conforming, you're not submitting to the norm, what's expected of you. So it's like embracing the unique self is literally to me the same as just being a rebel. Earth School. Not surprised this came out. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Um, it's funny. I feel like this came out on Patreon recently, and I think we're like, oh, it's midterm time. Interesting. So this card literally speaks to just the experiences we have in this incarnation and some of the challenges that we go through, but it is all for the purpose of evolution and growth and development, right? This to me, I'm actually getting more like review. I'm getting the word review and reflection here. Yeah, review and reflection. Some of you guys are doing some releasing and decluttering, streamlining around your experiences. I want to say they're holding on to. Yeah, even how you potentially have viewed your own journey and viewed some of these experiences. I do feel a relinquishing happening here. Like you're looking at it, you're reviewing it and just deciding like you don't need to hold on to certain memories. You don't need to hold on to certain beliefs anymore around how you believed your experience to be. Some of you, this is identity as well. Probably if you're an Aqua rising or Aries rising. Excuse me. Um, yeah. Yeah, it feels like a letting go. It feels like a letting go. Oh my god, my throat. Mm. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, especially if you have any like resentments or beliefs of like, oh, my journey is just always hard, or I'm always alone, or I always like I don't know why I always is coming through really strongly. Narratives like that, beliefs like that. Yeah, it definitely just feels like choosing ease by relinquishing the heaviness of these memories and these beliefs about your journey. I'm also getting something about like being emotionally charged. Um, some of you, this is also going to help you to speak on your experience from a place of not feeling so emotionally dominated by these experiences. That's really interesting. Um, excuse me. So you can have some level of emotional detachment to speak on it more, to utilize it more efficiently is how that's coming through. It's giving me teacher vibes. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Oh, look, the void. Hermit with retreat and recharge. This is absolutely being in the cave. This is being in the void cave, the cosmic womb, even. Again, I'm feeling mostly reflection. I'm feeling mostly reflection, review, letting go, recognizing, okay, I don't need to hold on to that. I don't need to hold on to that. I don't need to carry that shit with me. I don't need to look at it anymore, is also what's coming through. I don't need to look at that anymore. Oh, so much stuff just came in. So, what I'm about to say, some of you guys probably already have an awareness of, some of you might not. Again, we're all in a different space. The healing trap. The healing trap. That is spoken on in the spiritual community. I feel like there is I can see both sides of it. I was gonna say I feel like there's a little bit of a misunderstanding that's happening with that idea, but I can see where the trap is very valid too. So the healing trap, if this is something you're not familiar with, it's this idea and notion that especially in the part of the being the spiritual community, that we're just constantly perpetuating healing. And in that same way, we're constantly perpetuating this idea that we're broken or this idea that we're never done healing, which I think when taken very literally, that can be a trap, right? Everything in this world is cyclical. Everything, right? So like yes, you can heal and you can work on stuff and you can relinquish stuff, you can let things go, but it doesn't mean that you're going to live the rest of your life without that same theme coming up again at some point. And it's all about how you react to it. You can keep doing the whole, oh, it's coming up again. Let me do shadow work. Oh, it's coming up again. Let me do shadow work. You can do that. That's a choice, but it's not always necessary. You can choose to observe it, You can choose to observe it for what it is and wave at it from afar. We've spoken on this recently too. And just recognize that that's just it. It's just there. It's part of what's made you who you are, your unique life experience. That again, very much coming up in the awareness right now. Or you can choose to fall into the deep dark hole of it, right? But this is also where, how do I want to say? There's a point in the journey that we get to where we can get to this point of observance, right? Where we have done the shadow work, we have dived into the underworld already with some of these things. And the truth of it is, having this kind of peace, having this kind of peace with the self, right, requires that we are aware of that. Requires that we're aware of the shadow, that we're aware of the underworld, we're aware of these things. It doesn't mean we fall into the pit and stay there repeatedly. You can, and I do think that that's part of the process. I think we do that until we can get to a place where we recognize we don't have to keep doing that, but we have to stay aware of it. We can't pretend like it's not there, right? We can't pretend like that doesn't exist, right? We can't pretend like these things never happened. But to stay connected to it in observance and awareness allows us to maintain who we really are, right? And that's where I think there's some distortion comes in with the healing trap, because it's only a trap if you keep trapping yourself in it. It's only a trap if you keep trapping yourself in the shadow instead of owning your shadow, seeing your shadow, and being like, oh, hello, hi, shadow. Let's walk together now and just be, right? But that is the thing that I think a lot of people struggle to. Well, okay, let me take those words back. Because again, everyone believes different things. For me, what I believe, how I see that, is there's no way you can pretend like things never happened to you, even if you've worked through it, even if you've found peace with it. If you're in a situation where that kind of theme comes up or that kind of wound comes up, even if it's not like necessarily trigger, but you're just aware of it, that's when the mastery comes in, right? That's when the mastery comes in of, oh, I know what this is. I know what this is, and I know why it's making me feel this way. Okay, understood. And then you can progress and you can move on, right? That's the mastery. But to reach mastery, you do have to do work to reach mastery, and it just is what it is. There's no hacking, there's no shortcuts. It's part of life. It's part of life. Anyway, that was a whole tangent I didn't need to go on, but I'm getting that too. I'm getting that too. So some of you guys may go from, reliving some of the shadow work and these kinds of things in a cyclical manner, the way we discussed, and finally realizing you can have a mastery over it now. And that's up to you. Only you know yourself in that way. Also, the first couple days this week being in the void, the cave, some guys are also just resting. Some of you guys are literally just like recharging and resting because, let's be real, this life is a little hard, right? This Earth school is kind of challenging. And that's also what winter is for. And we are still in winter for a bit longer. I mean, spring equinox is quickly approaching, but that is also what winter is for. And some of you guys are doing this to actually have the energetic reserves to move into what this year has in store for you. Okay. All right, let's move on. Any other messages or insights for the collective? Nice. Sorry, itchy. So there's my nose starts to itch when I channel. All right, Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. That is totally that energy of like ready, ready to emerge, ready to plan, ready to ready to take action. This is feeling like it's coming in again just out. Oh my God, sorry guys. Just after the new moon Pisces. But that's what Shield Maiden speaks of. I'm really feeling the Aries energy here. Really feeling the spring energy there. Just feels really nice. Not really much else to say about it. Can I get one final card for the collective for this week? And then we'll move into signs. Oh, this has been coming up a lot. Spirit Fox, trust your talents. Oh, sorry. Like smacking you with it. Trust your talents in changing times. This is finding that order in the chaos. This is being adaptable, but it is also utilizing, right, what you're recognizing here in the void about your journey, about your unique life experience, how to have this place, this mastery over yourself with these things. This it feels like an emotional mastery. You can even say spiritual mastery, um, and take your unique experiences, your unique wisdom, and do something with it. Some of you guys, this is also going to contribute to change of interest is something that's coming through. Change of hobbies, change of skills. Some of you guys, it will be more extreme, like changing jobs or changing your priorities to incorporate, like, again, these more common goals, these bigger causes, the greater good for some of you. But like, definitely a change of interest is pretty strong here. Yeah, very nice. Also, just speaking of spring, this is feeling like that energy of ushering us into the emergence, the enjoying life and getting ready and making plans and engaging, all these things, creating. But Spirit Fox, that feels like that might be with us for the entirety of spring. Again, spring is going to come with changes and some crunchiness and a lot of unexpected twists and turns, but we're going to handle it just fine. Saturn sextile Uranus, again, will be with us throughout the entirety of spring. And I do believe it's peaking. I don't think I wrote it down. April, I think, is when it's exact. I think it's April, like mid-April, when it's exact. But any chaos that ensues from the unexpected, the twists and turns, the crunchiness, we'll be able to handle it just fine. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get into signs. Dang, an hour already? Oh, words. Sorry, there were things I wanted to say, and I'm like, no, not necessary. Okay. Moving on to signs. Who do we want to work with today? I'm really feeling the animals today. Hold on. Let me get all the cards out here. And then for tarot, I thought I brought out. Oh, I did. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, for the 3, which means we'll move you 2 over there. Okay. Hang out, enjoy while I'm getting all the cards ready. You're on fire today. I'm just very today. I don't even know what that was, what that sound was I just made. My transmitter is very on. I guess is a good way to put that. Oh, okay. Cool. That feels good. Hold on. I really want to work with the animals. Am I doing the animals for each sign? That feels like a lot. Yes, I am. Okay. All right. Fire, air, earth, or water. Oh, we're doing air first. Okay. We're doing air signs first. So not shocking, air signs. I feel so. I'm just getting some channeled information here first. Oh, your mind is so busy. Mostly getting squirrels, like squirrel energy, squirrel, like maybe even squirrel medicine. Air signs. I feel like you are really trying to. I'm getting the word projection. Project into the future. Hang in there with me. This is, I'm just a really open channel right now. Some of you are just trying to really tune into like what you can do in the coming months. It just has this like planning prepared energy. Like, again, like, with squirrels and nuts, it's like you're like you're like trying to collect resources. Some of you guys may be trying to save money for certain things you want to do later in the year, but it definitely has this feeling of like, yeah, trying to figure out the future, to be honest with you. Some of you guys could be communing with your future selves. I keep getting the word project. This was coming up recently, the mastery of projection. And you could just be really feeling that. So for those who don't know what that means, this is just a term that I channeled. Okay. So it's not anything that like I explicitly read up about. It's just came through channel wise. This mastery of projection is this level of awareness of how we do create our reality, but like specifically using projection, like working with your emotions, working with your passion, even your mind and your ability to visualize, and with your belief as well, and using that consciously to project certain experiences into your reality. That is a way of manifesting. Some of you guys may be doing that. Some of you guys may be looking into manifesting or reading up about that, just trying to learn different techniques. I'm also getting that too. But I keep getting your squirrel trying to put away nuts for the rest of the year. That's how it feels. I almost want to say for winter, maybe you're in southern hemisphere. Because up here in the northern hemisphere, we're finishing winter. But yeah, it definitely feels like you're trying to save and plan and collect, and I almost want to say hoard even resources for the future and trying to discern the future. Um, so you're just thinking about long-term stuff. Okay. Okay, so let's get into Gemini. Geminis. Falcon energy. I pulled Falcon for myself this morning. I was like, ooh, okay. Definitely feeling squirrely and planning, collecting, and all the things. Yeah, it literally feels like air signs are like grabbing like resources, money, or information and like putting it away, collecting it. Yeah, collection. Like air signs are to say to collection or something. But Gemini, let's focus on you. Gemini, Ruby's coming through really strong. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Maybe you know someone named Ruby. Maybe you're working with Ruby. Ruby is a really interesting stone just because it's like it is the root. It helps with the root. Maybe garnet is also a stone that you're being called to at this time. You're just being drawn to red at this time. And even rooting. This feels like about safety. Securing. Thank you. Not safety, securing. It's almost like you're trying to secure your passion. That's really interesting. That's how that wanted to be said. Gemini, it feels like you're trying to secure your passion or something you have passion for. Maybe you're putting a ruby in a maybe you're setting a ruby. I almost wanted to do this. Oh, that's interesting. I wanted to do that. Setting a ruby. Any animals for my Geminis? Yeah, it's interesting, Gemini. I don't feel a lot of Gemini energy with you. I feel a lot of fire. I do feel a lot of fire. Well, Venus is Aries, right? Sextile Jupiter, Gemini. We have Wolf. Okay. So Wolf in this deck can speak to the roles that we take on within groups, within packs, within tribe, within community. Wolf to me is also a medicine of student teacher, wisdom alongside that, and how we go through our own individual journeys and then come back to the pack, come back to the tribe to contribute what we've learned. This is very much also the collective energy right now. What's on your mind? Yes, securing the passions, but also tribe is on your mind. I feel like you're analyzing your tribe. Yeah, you're analyzing your tribe. It almost feels I'm getting to a couple of different things. Some of you guys are like weighing up the priority of your passion in relation to your tribe. And maybe you have passion for your tribe, right? And you could want to secure your tribe because they're your passion. But some of you, it's almost against your tribe. Like, oh, my passion is outside my tribe, but I love my tribe. What do I do? Right? It's like almost like the Two of Pentacles, like weighing that up. But again, some of you have a passion for your tribe and you want to protect and secure your tribe. Some of you, I'm also hearing addition. You want to add or contribute something to your tribe, maybe even like literally a tribe family addition, like, I don't know, a fur baby, right? Or like a new friend or something. Gonna get another card for Gemini. Ooh, there's that fire. I was like, I knew I was feeling fire with you. Lion. Lion to me is King of Wands energy. It is a mastery of fire, literally. A mastery of fire. I'll be shocked if the King of Wands doesn't come out for you. This feels like you're taking the lead on something, Gemini. Like you're taking the lead and accountability and responsibility for the priority of your passion and your tribe, whether they're one and the same or they're opposing each other. That's really interesting. And the lion being a mastery of fire, it's also a mastery of timing as well, a mastery of how to utilize your passion or your energetic reserves in a sustainable way, which is why it's also about timing. how to do it while preserving your passion, preserving your drive, preserving your physical energy. Maybe it's a little self-care going on here, but I keep getting preservation of the tribe as well. I almost want to say the pride. Are you a Leo? Preserving the pride even. Okay, let's get some cards for you. I'm gonna go with glow in the dark tarot for you guys. It always just feels like perfect for Geminis. Me looking at dogs for adoption, as you say, a fur baby. Any messages or insights? Actually, let me scoot that over. Any messages or insights for Gemini? Nine of Wands. So you're exerting a lot of energy here. Again, also why you're probably like, I need to figure out how to be sustainable about this. I need to figure out how to maintain all of this. Yeah, how to maintain all of this. Your tribe and your passion, even if they're one and the same. Again, I keep feeling like you're taking on the responsibility here, or like the bulk of the work. Anything else for Gemini? So much fire. Oh. Sorry, my face is like super itchy now. Can I get another for Gemini? God, that happens like every video where a card like lands on my candle. The Fool. The Fool. The Fool is usually taking a risk, ready to start anew, to be free, actually, to be free. I think you just want to be free of the burden. Again, Gemini, I feel like what's the biggest question? The biggest question here is sustainability. Sustainability in terms of your physical energy, your passion, and the people you care about. Yeah, you just want to be free of the burden. However you've been operating, it's not sustainable. Hasn't been sustainable. I want to say your physical health has probably taken a toll here. Can I get one more for Gemini? One more for Gemini. So we don't have it out here. They're showing me the moon. You could be a moon Gemini. You could watch the moon cycles, observe the moon cycles. I don't know. I said watch. Oh, maybe you watch the moon. Maybe you like to go look out the moon. Why is the moon coming up here? I'm hearing the word hidden, hidden, hidden. Something's going to be revealed to you, Gemini, and maybe around the new moon Pisces, which would make sense, the loud truth. But now we do have Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Again, you have a lot of worry and concern here over other people, which is really nice and very sweet, actually. But the Six of Pentacles is a card of balance. It's a card of give and take and reciprocity, charity and generosity even. But you seem to have a lot of worry and anxiety and fear around it. And I keep getting the balance of everything and this high level of responsibility that you have too. I'd be shocked if like you didn't have a family that you're taking care of, or just a group of people. Well, obviously a group of people you have to take care of, but it's like, why is it so demanding is also what I'm getting. Some of you guys may be worried about expectations. 2 9s, by the way. Hold on a second. Don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. All right. Can I get one more for Gemini? One more for Gemini. Gemini, you may, so this is interesting. I'm hearing within the confines. Geminis, I think some of you guys are realizing here that the way you have been operating, it's been within the confines of expectations. And I want to say the expectations of how you take care of your tribe or how you show up in your tribe. And there's something about that that actually doesn't feel like your own passions and needs are accounted for, like your own independence and individuation is accounted for. Yeah. Almost like you've taken the expectations and demands of you and you have tried to work within that instead of allowing yourself to have something just for you outside of those confines, outside of those expectations, outside of that prison, actually, is how that wants to come through. And in doing that, how much of your life is really for you if it's literally within parameters made by other people, right? Can I get one final card for Gemini? I'm spending too much time on you, Gemini. Sorry. Can I get one final card for Gemini for this week? Page of Swords. I love that coming out for a Gemini, to be honest with you, because you guys are the knight, but Page of Swords it can be a new perspective. It's also researching, observing, and taking in information and taking stock. I feel like you are seeing this differently in a way you've probably been needing to see it. Yeah, because on the bottom we have Three of Wands, which is looking to the future, but it's also anticipation and expectation of different, of what else could be, of what else could be. Oh, very nice. Underneath that, we have Four of Wands. A lot of people consider that a portal card, but this is moving into stability and abundance and celebration and new foundations, especially ones that you build with other people. But this is new. The Four of Wands and Three of Wands is encompassing the ace, 4 minus 3, which is the sacred flame. It is your passion. Gemini, I think you want confines of your own making. Okay. Parameters of your own making. Parameters, even for a Gemini, is kind of an interesting concept. You want it of your own making. And it's very clear that you've been working within the confines made by other people, even if you care about those said people. Okay. All right. Let's move on. All right. Libra. Gemini wants what they want, and they want it now. Libra. Any messages or insights for my Librans? Ooh, I'm getting swan energy. That's nice. Hold on a second. My face looks red, right? Like, oh my God, my face feels very hot right now. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra? Yeah, I keep getting swan energy. Swans could be a thing for you. Feels very graceful. Feels very graceful. One more. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra? Graceful. Butterfly. Butterfly can represent grace and beauty and being lighthearted, feeling light in your body, feeling renewed, feeling refreshed, a new beginning, even recently transformed. It just feels very peaceful. Hold on a second. It just feels very peaceful, Libra. It almost feels like you've lightened your load going into this week. Maybe it's something you're achieving this week. Can I get another card for Libra? Oh. Can I get another card for Libra? Oh, my voice is going on you, Libra. Oh. Yeah, Libra. So far, you guys just feel really nice and peaceful. Oh. I see. This piece, you worked for it. You have definitely worked for it. It's almost like your reward. We have Butterfly, Bee, and Scorpion. Scorpion comes out when we have been holding on to some things. Bee is a card of hard work. It's also medicine of community, but it's like the nectar we gain from hard work, right? Putting in the time, putting in the labor. And it's more like you're ending in Butterfly, where you feel light and free from something. I feel like you worked really, really hard to be free of something that you've been holding on to for quite some time. So I mean, this is purely in the workplace. I don't know if you're changing jobs necessarily, or something's been put to rest. That's how okay, thank you. That's how it's feeling. Something's been put to rest. Especially if this is regarding your workspace or your career. It almost feels like beef, to be honest with you. It feels like beef, or like some kind of hostility, or like mistreatment. It's very bizarre. But however you've handled it, I want to say you've handled it with grace, and it's being put to rest, it's being put to bed, and you're free of it. If this is more of just like something going on in your personal life, you've worked really, really hard to be free of this, and you are finally free of it. So maybe this is a toxic person that you've released yourself from, someone who is resentful. Okay, thank you. Some of you guys may have been perceiving spiritual attacks. It is what it is. That's just what I'm sensing. Especially if you are like someone who's already psychic and sensitive, you may have been perceiving someone sending you some hate or jealousy. I'm getting like jealousy and envy. Either way, it feels like how you've handled it. Again, it hasn't been easy. Grace has been a huge part of that, but you are free of it. You're free of it this week, or recently free of it. Very nice. Yeah, we'll do Rider Waite for you. Oh. I like these glasses. They're just so heavy. Thank you, Marcy. Yes, if you guys are enjoying the video, please hit the like button so other people can get the messages as well. Any other messages or insights for Libra? Yeah, that Scorpion's intense. It's very intense. You could have even released your own anger here. Any messages or insights for Libra for this week pertaining to this spread? Yep. Wow. Whew, that feels like a purge to me. Normally, I'd say someone's coming in to say some shit because some shit ain't right. And I was kind of getting a bit of a hostile situation, or someone acting up. I was kind of getting that. So obviously, this can relate to that. But I actually feel like this is like speaking on something that you've been holding on to in terms of the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be heartbreak, it can be tension, it can be stress, it can be a level of discomfort, even something that's been nagging at you, bothering you, again, holding on to it. And I feel like you have released it, and maybe by speaking about it. But again, this could also represent someone acting up towards you as well. Again, it feels hostile. Feels hostile. Oh, good Lord. Okay. So much going on with my face right now. Any other messages or insights for Libra? And again, if someone's been like at you or sending some sort of hate towards you, handling it with grace has been the key. And if this just starts to happen, grace. Grace. Oh, Jesus, Libra. 5 of Wands. Doesn't that just scream fight? Look at that. That just screams fight or internal conflict. Again, you purging this internal conflict or internal tension, pain, strife, or someone feeling some kind of way towards you where they feel slighted, or they're almost like trying to start a fight. They could even be lashing out at you, Libra, because of their own inner conflict. No matter which way you cut it, you're handling it with grace. Even if you're releasing this, like yourself, it's with grace. This is crazy. Can I get it? Libra, I'm not loving this. If this is like someone that you've been dealing with, or especially if it's in the workplace, oh, I really don't like it. It's starting to make me nauseous. Like literally, look at this. It's like, if this is some sort of hostile person you've been dealing with, or someone who's been hating on you, whether it's in your face or from afar, I mean, they're I'm not going to say obsessed because the devil's not out here, but highly fixated on you is what I would say with that Page of Swords. Because Page of Swords is an analytical, observing, taking in information, trying to research, right? Focus on you. And it's been creating this conflict. It's creating tension. Some of it's been creating competition and a lot of discomfort with the Three of Swords and or actual pain. And that's not cool. It's like, that's just not cool, man. It's just not cool. It's just not cool. And again, if you're just releasing some of your own stuff that you've been holding on to, I want to say the stuff you have been releasing is actually how people have mistreated you or been mean to you, like straight up mean to you. It's crazy. Can I get a couple other cards for Libra? I almost never get readings like this. Okay. Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles. This is my minor to the major Justice card. So not surprises coming out for you, but this is usually about balance, reciprocity, generosity, charity, right? Why is the 6 of Pentacles here? I think this is literally the way you handle it is grace. Ooh. Can I get one other card for Six of Pentacles? Because the Six of Pentacles, like the reason I say grace with the Six of Pentacles, there's a quality of humility with it. With the Six of Pentacles, there's a quality of humility and being non-judgmental and being compassionate while practical at the same time. Can I get a card for Six of Pentacles? Okay. Yeah, Eight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like literally this is saying the Six of Pentacles is the best way for you to handle this or the best way for you to release this. I want to say it's by giving some grace for yourself and even recognizing when people act like that, it's from their own hurt, right? Hurt people, and you're detaching from it with the Eight of Cups. This is emotional detachment. Again, some of you, this is really in the workplace, or it could be around people or a person where you were very involved. And I want to say there was like some sort of financial involvement, Libra. Like money was a component in some way, shape, or form, or like literally being generous or giving help or aid was a component of this. This is also why some of this is career, but you are taking the high road here. And again, if this already happened and you've just been holding it, you're Eight of Cups, you're letting it go. You're letting it go. Jeez. Okay. Moving on. Aquarius. Oh, good. I'm like staying on time. I'm trying to do 10 minutes each sign. We'll see how that goes. We're still in the first element here. Okay. Aquarius. Aquarius. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? I'm hearing the word symphony. That's kind of cool. I'm also getting like a lot of like beautiful shifting colors. Aqua, the energy you're in, I'm really digging it. I'm really loving it. Maybe you're really into music right now. Maybe you're really into art right now. And not to sound cheesy, but it's almost like I feel like you're experiencing life like a symphony. I don't know how else to describe that. That's how it wants to be said. I feel like you're just really appreciating a lot of beauty right now, to be honest. Aquarius. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? Any other messages or insights for Aquarius for this week? Can I get some animals for Aquarius? We have Tarantula. I feel like this is something you're overcoming. This is a crossroads energy. Also can speak to stress and tension, kind of like literally a tug of war kind of energy in terms of decision making and taking action. I do feel like you have been torn here between a rock and a hard place. It feels geographic. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Mercury retrograde is gonna be rough for me. Feels geographical. Like literally wanting to be in two different places at once. That's really interesting. I don't know what kind of decision you've been struggling with here. Only you know. But I do think you're overcoming it. I do think you're finding a solution. I keep getting this feeling you've wanted to be in two different places at the same time. Some of you guys could be dealing with astral travel as well. Can I get another card for Aquarius? I want to say taking things not so seriously, like finding the beauty in life, might be your solution here. Yeah, you're finding a way out of this. We have Bat. And I want to say it's actually through your own psychic awareness, is that actually how you are moving out of that tough position. That tough desire. It just literally feels like you're almost making it harder on yourself than it needs to be. But with Bat is usually a transitional energy. It's also about seeing the light in the dark, seeing the truth. I think when the loud truth comes in, especially around the new moon Pisces, I think it'll be very clear for you on how to handle this and what's really important. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the unicorns for my aquas. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius? They keep showing me that symphony. It's okay. I'm being drawn, being drawn back to the spider here. So there's another card in this deck that is a spider, and they literally call it the spider. Well, this is tarantula, and they make a very strong distinction there. But I'm getting more of the spider energy, like the answer is in the web, the answer is in the connections. Whatever you're feeling torn about, like being in two different places at once, or maybe in investing in two very different things, it feels like plan A, plan B, option A, option B. It feels very, very black and white like that. But I want to say there's something that connects the two, or almost like there's a way you can like have both. Oh, it's very interesting. Okay. Although if it's about like, I don't know, two different relationships, I don't think that's what this is. Maybe it is. I don't know your life. Can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm just saying. But I do think for most of you, there is like something that connects these two options. We have judgment coming out here. So judgment is Pluto energy. It's also fire. Judgment comes in a couple flavors. It can speak to karmic energies. It can speak to reawakenings or awakening of truth or an emergence of truth. Sometimes I also get judgment as literally feeling that pull, that call, that nudge, that tug of spirit of what the right thing is, the right choice, the right direction, as far as being aligned with yourself. Being aligned with yourself is. Tell me more. So again, the fact that judgment's here, I feel like you're gonna know how to handle this. Aw, King of Cups. Part of the solution for you, it's funny because this actually, I can see how this kind of leans into just enjoying the beauty of life or staying focused on that. Because King of Cups, it's Scorpio, and a lot of Scorpio energy actually. Scorpio energy, but it is a mastery of the emotional body and emotional regulation. It's an emotional mastery. It's being able to utilize your intuition, be aware of your emotions, regulate yourself, but it'll still even hold space for other people emotionally. The King of Cups, we often look at that as an energy that is very giving, that is very healthy in how they give love. And that seems to be the answer for you, to let your heart do the choosing. Let your heart do the choosing. You may want to give to both paths here, but your heart is telling you how to do it. Your heart is telling you how to give. And if you are going to choose just one option, there's one your heart wants more. But I do think some of you can have both. But I think that's a matter of priorities. Anything else for Aquarius? Oh. I know people say like, "Oh, you're so dramatic." Sometimes these energies be dramatic, man. The devil. Interesting. King of Cups with the devil can sometimes be obsession. It can sometimes be obsession, and I guess that's where this comes into play, Aqua. Is one of these options the devil, and is one the lovers? I say lovers because the devil is basically a distortion of the lovers. Because I want to say, maybe this is why I'm like, oh, maybe you can have both. Something connects the two, and I'm like, because maybe literally one is more the devil and one is more the lovers, where maybe you have a passionate, lusty, almost maybe even obsessive or addictive pull. I'm going to say addictive karmic. Thank you. Addictive karmic pull to one, but the other has beauty. The other has a symphony. And maybe this is what you're trying to get clear about. Let's pull more cards. This is very fascinating. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius for this week? Seven of Pentacles, so evaluating, trying to figure it out, making some plans here. We do have Two of Cups at the bottom, so some of you guys, this might be about a relationship. If you're dating two people and it's not a poly situation, don't do that. That's all I'm going to say. Be above board on that, Aqua. Just saying. Could also be someone you're dealing with, obviously. Can I get another card for Aquarius? Can I get another card for Aquarius? Yeah, devotion. Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean you're gonna figure it out, Aqua. You're gonna figure it out. I fully believe you will. And again, the key seems to be your heart. All right. The Knight of Pentacles being out here with the Seven of Pentacles. This is literally just deciding to get in that energy of commitment, devotion, consistency, integrity, loyalty, honesty, and showing up. Showing up and like and doing what is it doing the right thing here. The Knight of Pentacles is like the right hand man. It is someone who's incredibly trustworthy. It is like a ride or die. I know we talk about the Knight of Pentacles like, oh, it's the slowest knight. Sure. But they're the most reliable knight. Let's get one more. Emperor was on the bottom. Can I get one more for Aquarius? And then we'll move on. That's a lot. I'm not taking all that. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. So, okay, it's just starting to reiterate. Oh, look, Lovers is trying to make an appearance. I was waiting for that Lovers card. Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles. This is figuring it out, making a plan, committing to the plan, and investing and working it out. Okay. And whatever option you want. And like I said, Lovers, it's either the devil or the Lovers. Aqua, your choice. Choose the symphony. Choose the symphony. All right. Moving on. Let's do a new element here. Fire, earth, or water? Fire. We're going to do fire. All right. Fire signs. What's going on for my fire signs? Something feels a little harsh in your energy. Almost want to say a little dry, depleted. It feels a little deserty. Maybe you're in the desert. Like you're thirsty. Yeah, fire signs. It's got this feeling like, oh, sorry, so itchy when I channel. Fire signs, it has this feeling like you're in the desert looking for water, metaphorically speaking. What's got you so depleted? I almost want to say what is depleted, what has no more life in it. It's like you're stuck in the desert, metaphorically, with something in your life. This isn't for all of you. And remember, like, when I channel, it's channeling for a lot of people. But even as I get into the readings for the signs, it could also be about someone it doesn't have to be about you. Okay. But yeah, let's get into Aries. Okay. Aries, how we doing? Are you guys eager for your birthday season? Oh. Aries. Any messages or insights for Aries, please, for this week? They're showing me a shield. I mean, you could just be like insulating yourself right now. You could be maintaining some boundaries, enforcing boundaries right now. I feel like you're in a little bit of serious energy. I got to be honest. Or just focused. You mean business. Can I get a card for Aries, please? Yeah, I feel like it's about boundaries. Almost like metaphorically, you're taking your shield and you're like, no, no. Like trying to keep someone in line or keep something on the track, keep something on the rails. It feels very managerial and it feels like very boundary oriented is what I'm getting with you, Aries. Like you're maintaining control. Yeah, thank you. That's what it is. You're maintaining control of a situation. You're trying to anyway. Can I get a card for Aries, please? Oh, you got two. Oh. Huh. Okay. We have Eagle, which is a master of fire and air in this deck. I say these things because it's like literally just written that way in the book. Eagle is like my world card. It comes out when there's big shit changing and big shit going down. Okay, sometimes can speak to lessons, but it's about a major closure of a cycle and an opening of a new cycle. Next to that, we have raccoon, which is interesting. Raccoon to me is a masking card. It also can be a bit of a trickster energy, but sometimes I feel like there's always a little bit of sadness behind the raccoon that's not explicit to the deck. It's just what I feel off this card, and maybe it's just the intentions the creator put into this card. I don't know. But I always feel a little bit of sadness here. I do feel like Aries, some sort of situation that you've had to put a lot of fight into to maintain control over, control being the key word here, and boundaries, managing also keywords here, I think has honestly taken the wind out of your sails a little bit. And I think has also kind of made you a little sad. I don't think you've been displaying that, I want to say. Like, I don't feel like that's on the surface, but I do think that situation's coming to a close, or the way you've handled it is coming to a close. Yeah. All right, let's pull some cards. Scusi, thank you. Any messages or insights for Aries? Any messages or insights for Aries? Yeah, I think this situation's actually been making you really sad, and you've been hiding that. You could have, especially if you like Pisces or Aqua in your chart, you could have been like practicing a lot of detachment with it, or trying to. I want to say detaching from your sadness, but the sadness is there. But you've been handling, you've been doing what you got to do with it. And again, managing boundaries and control. Okay. Any other messages or insights for Aries? Some of you are getting a little bit of like divine intervention or assistance here. Keep in mind, Venus and Aries is sextile Jupiter and Gemini. That's a streak of luck, right? And doors opening and closing around that aspect. And I feel like that's what I'm feeling here. I almost feel like divine is coming in, spirit's coming in to help take this away from you, to help relieve you of this, actually. It does. It feels somewhat assisted. It feels a little bit like a gift, just speaking honestly. Any messages or insights for Aries? Mm. Four of Wands. Okay. To be honest, I feel like this is actually the thing. So Four of Wands, it is a doorway, it is an opportunity usually to stability and abundance and celebrations with people. To me, it's also a foundations card, right? That's why it's a marriage card. Like, it can be about a relationship, but it can also be about a home. I'm getting more of like home matters, domestic matters with you, Aries, in this. Your domestic life has been affected by whatever this is. I feel like this Four of Wands is what you've been trying and fighting to maintain. And there's something about it that's shifting. And I want to say spirit's helping it shift for you, because it just feels like a gift that that the problem is being removed from you. Yeah, it feels like you've been trying to maintain a Four of Wands. Yep, there it is, Eight of Swords. Oh, yeah. Eight of Swords can be fear. It can be self-limiting beliefs. It could be trappings of the mind. I'm just getting stress, to be honest with you, off of this card. This is Gemini, and this is an Aries card, which is, Venus, Aries, Jupiter, Gemini, right? Um, I think you haven't been wanting to be honest about this Four of Wands for yourself. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep controlling. I'm just gonna keep trying. I'm just gonna keep trying. I'm not going to acknowledge how sad I am. I'm not going to acknowledge how I really feel about this. I'm not going to acknowledge that maybe what you've been trying to maintain or fight for maybe needs to go." I just feel like you haven't been wanting to be super honest about it. And also, Aries, you guys don't like to give up. You know what I mean? Um, some of you, that's part of this too. Anything else for Aries for this week? Remember, this is the week of loud truths. Loud truths. Anything else for Aries for this week? I'm not, the death card's not out here, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the death card. Ace of Cups. Yeah, Aries. Whatever's not working about this Four of Wands, again, I keep feeling a little bit of divine intervention, getting you to see the truth of this, and maybe even helping to move you out of it. Interesting. Maybe even move you out of it. Very fascinating. It's going to free the Ace of Cups up for you, which means it's going to give you a new emotional experience, a new spiritual experience in your life where you feel free. You're going to feel more at peace in your heart. It's giving you the Ace of Cups. It's giving you an out. Spirit's giving you an out here. Anything else for Aries? It's either getting taken from you or you're being removed from it. That's really how it feels. And it does feel like some sort of strange, fated divine intervention moment. Yeah, look at that. The sun. Oh, Aries. Look what you get to move into. Ace of Cups and the sun. I know this is probably really uncomfortable, but it's gonna feel better. I promise. It's gonna feel better. The new day will feel amazing. Page of Wands at the bottom as well. Like all these three cards speak of newness. All of it speaks of newness and also happiness as well. You're gonna feel so much better. Final cards for Aries, and then we're gonna move on. Yeah, look, Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. This has been a burden to you, and you know it. You've been trying to maintain this shit, Aries. You've been juggle, trying to like keep this shit on the tracks, keep control over it, put boundaries where you can. But Ten of Wands, it's been too much. It's been too much, Aries. And the 10 of Wands with the 6 of Wands, with the 4 of Wands, that creates a 6 of Wands, which is also victory and triumph. So something else that I'm getting to, because I keep getting a lot of like being removed from the Four of Wands or it being removed from you. I do think there is a potential where there's a small group of you where this can actually be harmonized. A balance can be had here, but I don't think with the way you've been handling it, it's requiring a level of honesty. It's requiring a level of truth and also putting your heart forward here. Okay. But yeah, the way you've been managing it, it's not sustainable and it's just not sustainable. And it's been too much. It's been way too much for you. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Leo. Come here. Okay. Leos. Hi, Leo. Oh, timestamp. Oh my God. How did I forget your timestamp? I've been so good. Leo. Lions. How are the Leos doing? Excuse me. How are the Leos doing? How do I? Oh, it's a hard word to put on this energy. It feels a little dragon-esque. I gotta be honest. Some guys may be dealing with a little dragon energy, maybe a little Lilith energy, a little shadow energy. It feels like feeling like that. It's feeling a little animalistic. It's been a little primal, Leo, and I'm feeling it in your throat. I'm feeling like you want to say something. Feel like you want to breathe a little fire is what I'm getting with you. You got something to say. That panther just showed itself. You got something to say. Okay. And it's got fire behind it. Yeah. Oh my God. Fire ant and the nightingale. Yeah. It's got fire behind it. Okay. Which isn't always bad. Fire's not always anger. It can also be passion. You're very passion driven this week. Yeah. You've got something to say. Okay. Any messages or insights for Leo for this week? One more shuffle. Cards are flying out for you. Okay. So we have mouse. I think this is, I almost want to say ticking time bomb. It doesn't have to be anger. I want to make that very clear. It does not have to be anger. Hold on, let me fix this microphone a little bit. Okay, that's better. It doesn't have to be, but I feel like this has been nagging at you. I don't normally feel that with the mouse. The mouse is detail oriented, task oriented. which sometimes can lead to a little bit of an anxious energy. If anything, I feel like something's been nagging and nagging and nagging and nagging, and I think it started small and now it's built up into a fireball is what it feels like. Um, it's been nagging at you and nagging at you and nagging at you and nagging at you with no outlet. With no outlet. Okay. Anything else for Leo? Okay. That's nice. Hummingbird. Hummingbird is usually a burst of positive energy and vitality. It's also sometimes a card of magic. It's also sometimes a card of timing. It feels a little bomby, kind of what I was getting before, like a ticking time bomb. I just feel like this passion is going to burst out of you. And the nagging feeling is so strange. I'm trying to put my finger on it. Some of you, it's a desire that's been nagging at you that you haven't had an outlet for, or you've been hitting the snooze button on. Some of you, it's definitely like passion about a situation, maybe even frustration or anger you've had about a situation. Either way, it's bursting out. Can I get a third card for Leo? Some of you, this is just pure creativity, just bursting out of you because you haven't had an outlet for it. Can I get a third card for Leo? If you've been wanting to like create something, bring something to life, I think some of you have been getting caught up in your head on how to do it until now. Can I get a third card for Leo? Interesting. Not what I expected. We have Crocodile, which is a water card. But Crocodile comes out when we have a lot of emotion going on and we're finding our cool as a cucumber way of dealing with it. It is kind of like a primordial, shadowy water card for me as a reader. It also is a card that comes out when we are coming off of a really intense event. Um, it almost feels like the come down off of this burst. We also have Octopus at the bottom. Excuse me. Oh, and then there's an emotional release here with the frog. Oh, and the deer. It almost feels like releasing some sort of hold that you've had. Something, I want to say something has had a hold over you in terms of deer energy. So there's quite a few things that I'm getting here, Leo. Some of you, I feel like there's been some sort of like hold or restriction. I'm also hearing entanglement around your own feminine energy. I'm also getting the sacral, sexual, passionate, creative, all these things. There's been some sort of weird, almost like hold. Yeah, there's been some sort of weird hold or restriction there. And I want to say with the frog, it's an emotional hold. Some of you guys, this could also be a person that you've still been attached to and you're finally letting it go or relinquishing it. Okay. And that feels like the burst. That's the release. The release of the octopus releasing you. Oh, that's really interesting too. God, this is coming through in so many different ways, Leo. So just take it as it resonates. Because the nagging feeling feels like the awareness that your own feminine energy, your own sacral energy, your sexual sense, interesting, sensitive, passionate, creative energy hasn't had a good outlet or has had some sort of like, almost want to say like strangulation as I'm trying to talk and my voice is like that. This is so bizarre. And you're finally breaking free from it. You're finally breaking free from it. Dragon energy may be a key here. Even crocodile is kind of dragon-like. In this release, in this getting untangled, in liberating your feminine, your sacral, your sexual energy, your creative energy, your passion. And the other weird thing that I'm getting, and this is for my woo-woo people, that some of you, this like strangulation of your feminine, of your sacral, of your creative energy may have been related oh Jesus, to a person or a spiritual attack, like someone like trying to siphon your energy or being attached to you through your sacral, through a sexual tie, regardless of gender is what I'm hearing. That's really interesting. But you are breaking free from it. You are breaking free from it. And I want to say the moment you breathe fire, keep wanting to call you a dragon. The moment you breathe fire is a moment to celebrate, because I feel like it's also going to be a moment of massive passion and creativity. And you're going to find your way through that chaos and the emotions that come with it. Because I also feel like it's been like, it's like a weird visual, clogging up emotions. Like, I want to do this. This feels like a sacral block, but it's just weird the way I'm feeling it. Because I want to say like strangle, like this, like it's felt like the energy feels like it's been strangled. It's a very specific reading. And some of you, I do think there has been a person involved in this, in the ways I've already described. Wow. I feel this feels very serious. Let's use glow in the dark tarot for you, Leo. Only here for 20 minutes. No, Alejandra. Well, we did Aries for you. Any messages or insights for Leo? Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this. This is like, it's starting to give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm not going to lie. Some of you guys may have been having some weird dreams or fucked up dreams. I'm going to that's honestly how it feels. It feels like fucked up dreams, okay? Like maybe even literally of like tentacles or like snakes or tethers. Like, bleh. I got drawn to the octopus and I heard dreams in the dreams is what I heard. Bleh. Bleh. Whatever this strangulation is around your feminine, your sacral, your creative energy, your passion, I think some of you have had dreams about it, or like showing you. That's my response to that. Any messages or insights for Leo? I almost want to like be done with your reading. I'm not gonna lie. Leo, any messages or insights for my Leos? Be shocked if the devil doesn't come out here. Any messages or insights for Leo? Any messages or insights for my Leo? This is definitely in the sacral though. I like it's been very clear. Has to do with your sacral. Male or female doesn't matter. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a card of power, okay? Because it's a card of saving money, trying to maintain a certain status or certain resources, certain situations. Sometimes it's my blocked card, like closed off heart chakra card. I keep feeling this like strangulation of your sacral. It's the most bizarre feeling here. But I do feel like you have been trying to like maintain. Some of you guys have been having some financial difficulties. This just feels like I'm maintaining. I'm just trying to keep shit afloat is actually how that feels. It also feels like Leo, you may have not been feeling very like safe with certain people, or being like not really being willing to be open and vulnerable is also what I'm getting as well. It's definitely a card of attachment, the Four of Pentacles. Anything else for Leo? Again, some of you, there's like someone who's been holding on to you. We have strength, Leo, energy coming out. And the Knight of Wands, passion. Oh my God. I feel like I'm literally looking at what I was already talking about. Because the strength card, while it is your card, Leo, the major arcana, that female is the Empress. That female is the Empress. Strength is about confidence and willpower and how we balance our relationship to ourselves and our own passion and our own, even like shadow, our own animal energy, right? So that we can do what we got to do in a healthy way. I feel like I'm literally looking at attachment or like restriction or holding or hoarding, right? Around how we utilize our own feminine energy, balancing with our shadow and our impulses for our highest good. And then passion is getting all clogged up in there. This is like so bizarre. Strength card can also speak of control. Like literally, shadow strength is control and restriction. I feel like I'm just looking at cards that are really highlighting that there has been some sort of like clog of your own passionate energy. There hasn't been an outlet. It hasn't been able to flow. And I want to say because of this, because of that strange strangulation. Some of you, other things that are wrapped up in this is like, again, that lack of vulnerability, like not feeling safe to be vulnerable, not feeling safe. Some of you guys is absolutely relating to mother wounds. And it also wounds around the feminine, your own feminine energy. But like some of you, there is some sort of external influence here. And I think you wouldn't be shocked hearing me say that. And you know who you are. If you're wondering, it's not you. If I said that at like when I first said that and you were like, oh shit, then you know. It wouldn't be something that you're on the fence about. You would know. So if you're like, "Oh, I don't know," it's not about that. It's more about an emotional block that you have around your sexual energy, your sacral, your feminine energy, and your passion. Okay? Oh, Leo. Any other messages or insights for Leo? Interesting. Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence. It's a card of beauty, of radiance, of feeling like you're in a really good place and a really good standing. It's interesting to have this come through with the Two of Cups, though, because Two of Cups speaks of connections. And again, I feel like you've actually been struggling to be open to connections. I feel like there's a high level of independence going on here. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Mm-hmm. Nine of Swords, anxiety and worry and concern. Again, I feel like something that you're working through this week or recently is how you do engage with other people and how it doesn't necessarily feel good or feel safe or make you like you don't have a readiness to be vulnerable. And I think it's tied to this sacral energy. I think it's tied to this block with the passion and the sacral and the feminine. If some of you guys do have somebody that's like in this weird attachment with you, I want to say your level of independence really gives them a lot of anxiety. And they could be thinking about you a lot and sending you a lot of energy knowingly or unknowingly. This is a crazy reading, Leo. But I do feel like you're going to break free of this. They were spending a lot of time on you. Feels necessary though. Tell me more about the release. Can I see the release going on here for Leo? Can I see the release? Okay, interesting. Three of Cups. This is celebration. And this release did feel like it's going to come with celebration, with the right people, always with the right people. Tell me more about the Three of Cups. Show me the release. If you're if you're a female, you may have actually been feeling like pains or tugs or some like weird energy like in your womb space if you're a female. If you're a male, your libido might be atypical for you right now or like up and down. Probably I want to say down. Tell me more about the Three of Cups and this release of this energy for Leo. Looks like Leo should come with a warning label. Tell me about this release. Oh, it's about being open to the right people. Yeah, that makes sense. Three of Cups with the Knight of Cups, not Pentacles, excuse me, and the Eight of Pentacles. This feels like being open to the right people that are worth exchanging energy with and investing in. People who want to work with you, invest in you, is how that feels. Yeah, people who want to invest in you, and I want to say unconditionally, seems to be helping you with this release. I keep feeling this like wanting to breathe fire from you though. Which is interesting because what's part of this for you is water, which would temper some of that, which would soothe some of that. But that requires you to be open. That requires you to be open to receive that. It is available to you. I also want to say you need to believe that it's available to you. We have Magician at the bottom. So Leo, this is kind of a toughie. To move past this block, it is about being open to receiving, which makes sense because that's how we sit in the feminine, we receive, right? But from someone who's the right person is just how it keeps coming through. Someone who can show you that it's safe. Someone who has unconditional love, the concept of that, who knows how to engage in that. I keep getting there's some sort of trauma or emotional stuff in relation to the feminine that also wants to be worked out here. Some of you guys may experience feminine rage, whether you're male or female. You can experience that as a man too. I don't feel okay. If you're also, like I said, if you're in the boat where there's someone that's exacerbating this, they're different people. They're different people. Yeah, I don't know if you just heard that my belly went blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're different people. Interesting. Very interesting and very complicated, Leo. Let's move on. Let's move on to Sag. Let's move on to Saggy. Okay. All right. Whew, that took it out of me, man. Wow. Everyone else got 10 minutes. You got 20 minutes, Leo. All right. Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius for this week? For Sagittarius. For my Saggies. They're showing me an anchor. That might be an important symbol for you or a synchronicity for you, but they're showing me a black anchor, maybe you have an anchor tattoo. Maybe you're a sailor. Maybe you're involved with sailors. I don't know. Sagittarius. So, oh, excuse me. Even as I said that, I was starting to get the feeling of a lot of water or water energy or water references with you. Maybe you got water in your chart. Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for my Saggies here? It feels like you found a new way of stability or a new form of stability in whatever way that means for you. Maybe it's emotional stability with this referencing of water. Could be like daily stability of routines. Could be financial stability. Consistency is what I'm getting with you, which is interesting because you're mutable fire, right? But something in your life feels more stable. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Peacock. Okay. So in this deck, Peacock can be a card of beauty, of literal, just straight up beauty. Sometimes it's a bit of a masky energy for me. Peacock as a medicine is also about luck and fertility. Why is Peacock here for Sagittarius? I keep getting stability. Can I get another card for Sagittarius, please? Oh, Saggy. I'm liking this for you. We have peacock, otter, and spider. I freaking love this. So I do think you're actually attracting attention with peacock, like how peacock has the pretty feathers, right? I do think you're attracting attention, but it's really good attention. With the otter, otter is my card of unconditional love. It's also my card of like family, tribe, partnership, like I love you, you love me, and we're gonna hold hands and fall asleep kind of love. Which can also be family love. And spider to me is all about co-creation and networking. It just feels like you are attracting, I want to say people. It could be opportunities, but I do feel people that you have that heart-to-heart connection with. Like you're almost building a network, like you're building a new social group. It feels really good. It feels really good, Sag. Yay, okay. I was a little worried after that Leo reading. Let's go ahead and use the unicorns for you guys. Oh, I'm loving this. Interesting, because what I was getting with you was more stability, and so you may be having more emotional stability. Some of you may be having more stability in your relationships of all kinds. Again, your network, your community. 10 of Cups, 3 of Swords too, but I think that 3 of Swords, there's some healing happening there too. Okay. They've been bombarding my dream state for over a year now. My wife is a Sag, and we call each other my otter. I freaking love that. I love that so much. I definitely have a lot of just affection for otters. First of all, they're freaking adorable. I know they are dangerous. I know that too. I know they're dangerous. I know they can rip people's faces off if they want to. But I don't know, just the way they live is just so like, you know. Anyway, messages and insights. I was gonna say for otters, for Sag. Messages or insights for Sagittarius, please, regarding this spread. Saggy, I also feel like some of you are embracing more of your colors, is what I want to say, which is also part of what I think is bringing stability to your relationships, or even just emotional stability as well. I feel like there is a little bit more peace and eagerness to just really shine and really be yourself. I want to say to even be witnessed, for people to really see you. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Any other messages or insights for Saggy pertaining to this spread? Could be with a Capricorn. You could have Cap in your chart. I just heard Capricorn, so I'm just mentioning it. Oh. It's making me all giddy. Like no cards have come out either. Interesting. So we have 2 of Swords. Leading up to this week, you could have had to make some decisions here. This is Moon and Libra energy. It's a battle of truth. It's not a decision. It's a battle of truth, is what I just heard. A battle of beliefs. Battle is the key word here. Battle of beliefs, battle of truth. I want to say this is truth about yourself. How you see yourself actually is how that feels. That's leading you into the week, or this could be the beginning of the week for you. Again, I did get a little feeling of like a little healing going on, and I think that's happening with the 2 of Swords. Anything else for Sagittarius? Anything else for Sagittarius? Knight of Swords, owning that truth and running with it. Very nice. So a lot of air going on in your reading. It is what it is. But the 2 of Swords to the Knight of Swords, I feel like you've had this internal battle with truth. And I want to say it's truth about you or beliefs or even your identity. Yeah, I just heard who I am, who I want to be even. And you've made a decision, because the Knight of Swords only has one truth to deliver, one truth to embody, one truth to speak on. So it does seem like you move through that relatively quickly. Maybe when the moon is in Libra is also something that's significant here. But the Knight of Swords is you owning your truth, being in your truth, embodying it, and also speaking from it, sharing it. This most might be where the witnessing comes in. Anything else for Sagittarius? Oh, jeez. Tower. That screams breakthrough, man. That screams breakthrough. Towers are not always awful things. They're not always debacles. They're not always like, oh my God, my life is blowing up. It's not always about that. It is also a card of epiphany and breakthrough. And that's what I feel like is happening with you. Some like piece of what I keep wanting to say identity, or again, version of you, truth, whatever. You've become aware of it and you're emerging, and it is a breakthrough moment, is what I want to say. Again, you could have already gone through this potentially. Anything else for Sagittarius? Any other messages or insights for Sagittarius? Twos may be big for you. 2 of Pentacles feels more like about balance. Why is the 2 of Pentacles here for Sagittarius? Stability. Yeah, I just heard stability. With the Page of Pentacles, um, having this truth, this breakthrough moment about yourself and whatever conflict of truth you've been having internally, it seems major for you in terms of your own stability, and it's also allowing you to move into the Page of Pentacles energy. Page of Pentacles is a card of like being a new student, taking up a new hobby, making plans. It's also my card of friendship, right? It's giving you a new perspective of stability. And I also want to say opening up some time and some space for you. It's giving you some bandwidth to invest in friendships. And some of you, I want to say to actually study something new or cultivate a new skill. Um, one more. Wow. Got two more. Seven of Wands. So twos and sevens, man. Nice. Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wands feels like effort. Sometimes it could be fighting or being guarded. I actually feel effort being pushed forward here. Seven of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles to Justice. I feel like you've just had like a huge wave of motivation to invest in things that you haven't invested in before. It seems like whatever truth you've had a conflict over, truth that you haven't been able to fully embody, has gotten in the way of you doing certain things, making certain plans, getting involved with certain people, or cultivating a skill. And you're finally just doing it, and it's giving you balance with justice. And I want to say it's putting you in the right position to be around the right people. Can I get final cards for Sagittarius? Just so fascinated with your reading. Come here. Ooh, Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with the Queen of Wands. This could be someone who's in your field, but it is the queen who gets a lot of attention. And what did I say? You're getting a lot of attention. And it's only after you really put yourself into, yeah, like things you've wanted to do that you haven't been able to do because you've had this internal conflict of some sort of truth about yourself, about even an identity. And now that you're doing it, people are taking notice of you with the Queen of Wands. Okay, one more card and then we'll move on. One more card with this Queen of Wands for Sagittarius. Interesting. Four of Cups. I didn't expect that. I'm getting the word unbothered. You're so in it, Sag. You're so involved with what you have been wanting to do. And you're enjoying it, and people are taking notice of you, but keep your eyes open is what I want to say, because Four of Cups is also telling me that you're so in it that you're also not aware of the attention you're getting. You're not aware of everyone who's taking notice of you. You're not looking at that Ace of Cups, which is fine. It's great to enjoy. It's great to enjoy. So just enjoy. But keep your eyes open, because there's definitely cups coming in. There's people coming in that are noticing you. Okay. Interesting. The Fool just came out. Ooh, Temperance. Okay. Yeah. So nice reading, Sag. All right, let's move on to another element. Ooh, I feel like we got in fire for a while. All right. Earth or water? Ooh. I know something about like fire's energy was a little heavy. Actually, hold on a second. Whew. I ran out of incense on my desk. This is my cleansing spray. Whew. Okay. Actually, that feels a lot better. All right. Earth or water? Let's go with water. Both of you feel relatively quiet, which is kind of interesting. All right, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for this week. Feeling a lot of solar energy with you, water signs, but it feels more like a pit in the stomach or a stomach drop. Some of you guys maybe even be butterflies. A little nervous energy going on there too. Anticipation. Be mindful of anxiety. Be mindful of anxiety and restlessness. Yeah, I almost feel like your solar's getting stirred or your nervous system is getting stirred up this week. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And I want to say you can do it. That's interesting. Some of you guys may feel like you're in an uphill battle, or some of you guys may be feeling like you're not sure you can handle something, or you're not sure you can do something. I wanna say you can. Again, so that's very solar plexus. I wanna say you can. Let's get some cards out for you. Oh, duh, starting with Cancer. Again, so in it, just so in it. All right, Cancer. Any messages or insights for my Cancers for this week? Cancer. Any messages or insights for Cancer for this week? Camel. Camel is a fire card. It is also a card of consistency and resourcefulness. Being able to go through the desert for 40 days, 40 nights with all the things on your back and having what you need. It is a little bit of, it is a little bit of resilience here, Cancer. And again, I was kind of getting for water signs. It's like you're wondering if you can really pull something off. Cancers, you may have already been, I'm not going to say burning the candle at both ends, but maybe it's giving me 9 of Wands energy. Like you've been trying. You've been resilient. You've been resilient here. Some of you guys, I want to say there's almost been like you've been teetering into pessimism. You've been trying not to. I think you've been aware of it. It's like, are you in some kind of like struggle? It's like I just heard mind over matter. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. You've been maintaining your focus in whatever this is. It's reminding me a little bit of Aries, actually. Can I get another card for Cancer? Oh. Cancer. We have Black Egg with the Elk. Black Egg is the throat chakra. I want to say it's time to speak up. Okay. I want to say it's time to speak up. For some of you, it's to speak up to an elk energy. But I want to say it's time to, how do I say that? Be brave enough to really be honest of how you've been feeling about something, because it feels like you've had to be resilient. It feels like you've had to be resourceful. It feels like things haven't exactly been super easy. But elk is divine masculine principle in this deck. Elk is the ultimate provider, protector, father, showing the fuck up, right? Some of you guys may need to just be honest that maybe you need a little help. Some of you may literally go seek out someone who has elk energy or elk medicine to help you, or just to, some of you, it's like a mentor thing. That's interesting. Could even just be like counseling, teacher. These are different words that are coming up, but I feel like there's this need to be very honest with yourself that something doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I also want to say there is an opportunity here for some of you Cancers to get in your own masculine energy, to make some changes. Make some changes, whatever you've needed to be so resilient about, so that you don't have to be resilient. So you can have a little bit more ease. Okay, let's pull some cards for you. Let's do Rider Waite for my Cancers. Oh, so many decks on my table. Ah! Okay. All right. Cancer. Any messages or insights for my Cancers for this week pertaining to the spread for Cancer? Could be going with a Capricorn. I'm just getting Cappy vibes. What is your natural 7th house as well? Cancer. Any messages or insights for Cancer pertaining to this spread? Okay. Page of Pentacles. So this came up in Saggy's reading. Page of Pentacles is friendship, camaraderie. It's taking on a new skill, cultivating a new skill, even maybe looking at plans and finances and trying to have a different perspective here. I feel like you need, I feel asking for help is what I'm getting. Like asking for help or finding a new way to, finding a new like way of structure or logistics around whatever you've had to be so resilient about, hence why it's a page, because it's requiring a new plan or a new perspective. But some of you, it's actually about seeking out help from a friend. Okay. Some of you, again, there's a student teacher vibe here too. Any messages or insights for Cancer? Some of you guys are wanting to learn about money management. Maybe that's why Capricorn was coming in. Hold on. Some of you guys may want to learn about money management, financial investments. It's not for everybody, but I just keep getting to make things easier. 7 of Wands. It's got a weird vibe to it. Can I get a clarification on 7 of Wands? I'm getting the word determination. Ooh, 6 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. I feel like the picture's coming clearer here. Again, you've been resilient and it's been a lot, with hence the 10 of Wands being here, but you've been burdened by the 6 of Pentacles by how much you've been giving. It's a very typical Cancer problem. Also why you're asking for help would be good for you, or reconfiguring, making some changes so you don't have to give as much. You don't have to do as much. I think my throat keeps getting tight in all these readings today. Hold on a second. It's distracting me. Males have a lot of distractions, Cancer. I'm starting to feel kind of scattered and flustered in your energy. But that was to clarify the 7 of Wands. You've been determined, but I can feel it. You don't want to be so determined anymore. Just showing you guys the cards. You don't want to give so much anymore. You don't want to put so much energy in anymore because it doesn't feel good, is what I keep getting. Again, cultivating a new skill. Let me learn a different way of going about this. Maybe I need to ask for help. Maybe I need to ask for a friend's assistance. Maybe I need to learn a skill. Don't know if I said that, but yeah, you're aware that the 6 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, you want it to stop. You want it to stop. Okay. Any other messages or insights from my Cancers? Queen of Swords, I like it. Are you getting into your voice, Cancer? Are you getting into your throat? Libra energy here, but the Queen of Swords is discerning and is the epitome of truth. And sometimes she communicates, but not always. But let's see. This is you coming into this understanding and awareness. Tell me more about this Queen of Swords energy for Cancer. Oh. King of Cups. Some of you may have been giving to a King of Cups, not necessarily. And maybe you're really over how it's been going. Hence, this needs to go different. But I also feel for most of you, it's actually about getting into that King of Cups energy and honoring your emotional needs. Doing right by you, right? Getting into masculine principle, King of Cups, being honest with yourself about what you need, right? And acting accordingly, looking out for you, looking out for your best interest. Anything else for Cancer? Let's see here. Yeah. And making these changes, deciding to make these changes is leading you to victory. It's giving you exactly what you need. There's something else interesting behind the 6 of Wands. Tell me more about the 6 of Wands. 6 is maybe big for you. What else is going on with the 6 of Wands for Cancer? Oh. It's receiving. Thank you. Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So as a result of making these changes, deciding to make these changes and being honest with yourself about it, your Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups energy is getting fed. There is also a King of Cups and Queen of Cups energy here. So like I said, some of you guys, this may also involve a relationship or a partnership of some kind, but it feels like your Queen of Wands energy and Queen of Cups energy gets to flourish. Your passionate side, your fun side, feeling emotionally taken care of and nourished, that is actually going to thrive. Those parts of you are going to thrive. So very nice. Okay. All right. There we go, Cancer. Let's move on. Where did the animals go? There they are. Let's move on to Scorpio. All right. Get a little sip here. Scorpio. What's going on, Scorps? I'm getting May. Something about May. That is Taurus and Gemini season. Sorry for the long pause. May could be significant for you. That is when Saturn moves into Aries. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio for this week? Hearing the word preserve. What are you trying to preserve? Scorpio. I feel like you're trying to handle something very carefully. Like I'm getting the word preserve. They were also showing me like a jar glass. It's like you're in a laboratory or something. Like a jar glass and you're like putting it on the shelf. You're like doing this to it. Okay. Yeah, you're trying to be very careful about how you handle something. Maybe this is going to be your experience during retrograde season because I keep getting something about May for you. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio for this week? Turtle. Yeah, you're taking your time. Turtle is water, but I also feel like it's a very grounded energy. Sometimes it speaks of elder energy, ancestors, or even grandmother energy, but it's about pacing. It's about intentional pacing, and that's exactly what I'm getting with you. You're being very intentional about how you're handling whatever this is. And I want to say you're taking your sweet time. You will not be rushed. You will not be rushed. It's giving me tortoise in the hair. Excuse me. That's interesting. Yeah, it's giving me tortoise in the hair vibes. That could be a synchronicity for you, like rabbits and turtles. Um, yeah, you're gonna go at the pace that feels right. No faster, no slower. And you're gonna be careful and you're gonna be intentional. Yeah, beaver. So whatever this is, almost called you Taurus. Maybe you got Taurus in your chart. Whatever this is, Scorpio, beaver coming out is speaking to consistency. Consistent effort, consistent work. So, guys, this is about your work. Okay. It almost, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Scorpio, this is about the long game for you. The reason you're taking your time and the reason you're being so intentional is because you know the more time you take, I don't want to say this, the more benefit, the more reward there's going to be out of it. So, maybe this is about taking your time to build a foundation. Could be a foundation of a business, like the beginnings of a business, the beginnings of a relationship, a project, maybe an actual home. Making sure it's done right. So, let me see. This is so elusive, Scorpio, because I also heard make sure it's done right the first time. Maybe this is something you're only going to get one chance at, or maybe something you think you're only going to get one chance at. Some of you, this also feels very parental. Even if it's just like a project or a business or something like that, even if it's a relationship, it's like you're parenting it, right? It's like, okay, today we're going to take it off the shelf. And then no, we can't do this tomorrow because this is as much as it can handle right now. It's like, yeah, you got your hands on it and you're letting it grow. You're letting the life in it come through. But there's something that feels fragile about it, or like you're treating it like it's fragile. It could be in the baby stages, like if it is a business, for example, making sure the roots get strong, or if it's like a beginning of a relationship, making the foundation is very sturdy and very strong. It's very interesting. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get some cards for you. Doing glow in the dark tarot. Love you and your lives. Thank you, Nancy. It's a cute username. Are the live schedules late this time around? Huh? I on Mondays I'm almost always live on at noon. That's the normal time for weeklies, if that answers your question. Oh, thank you, Marcy. Thank you for answering. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on here. Some of you, in true Scorpio fashion, are not telling anybody about what this is. Such a true Scorpio move. Like you're in your little secret lab, bringing life to what this is, monitoring it, giving it what it needs, letting it grow, whatever. And you're not telling anybody you even have a lab. Is almost how it feels. Okay. And even when I wanted to say parenting it, I almost wanted to say like, oh, you're mothering it. But I was like, no, you're kind of fathering this too. And even with turtle and beaver, it has a little flavor of both. It has a flavor of both. Like you're nourishing it, but you're also giving it structure. It's interesting. Any other messages or insights? Maybe this is an actual baby. Oh. Scorpio, this is going to be a good read. Ace of Cups. So your heart is in this. You care a lot, which would make sense to me because Scorpios, you don't invest this much time into something if you don't give a shit about it. Because Scorpios, you are fixed water. So if your heart is in something, it's in your heart forever. You attach to it forever. It's really hard for a Scorpio to emotionally like just go, oh, whatever. Like you care about what this is. You could even be nurturing yourself. You know what I mean? Maybe you went through a rebirth recently. Maybe you went through a hard time and you are mothering and fathering yourself back to some sort of baseline. Could absolutely be that. But your heart is in this. You love whatever this is. Whatever or whoever this is. Because some of you guys, it definitely feels like a business or something like that. Anything else for Scorpio for this week? Any other messages or insights for Scorpio this week? Oh my God. Wow. Okay. I would normally only say this if the Empress was here. But if you don't want to be pregnant, be careful. Maybe you're already pregnant. But Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, that Queen of Pentacles coming out, like that is one of the like mother wifey queens. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles represents that. And that's what I was getting. It's like you're very parental and managerial about whatever this is. But the Queen of Wands is also telling me that it's something you're really excited about. It's something that makes you feel really rejuvenated and really inspired. But again, Queen of Pentacles, it's like you're holding it and containing it and helping it to grow. If this is more about like just working on yourself, like having you develop and grow in some way, I feel health. I do feel health. Like maybe you're working on your body, your workout routine, your diet, things like that. Just really looking out for yourself, taking care of yourself, and that would also put you in the Queen of Wands energy to give you more vitality. But again, whatever you're parenting, nurturing, bringing to life, you give a shit about it, like a lot. You love whatever this is, again, or whoever this is. You're excited about it, you're passionate about it, and you're being really responsible. Anything else for Scorpio? And I do feel the hush hush around this. I shall create my business. It can be my baby. Oh, businesses are babies. Trust me. They absolutely are. Whoa. Didn't expect this. Scorpio just got juicy. Knight of Cups at the bottom. Why is the Five of Swords here? Why is the Five of Swords here for Scorpio this week? It's got that protective flavor on it. Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel, again, you're being kind of territorial about this. You're being very hush-hush about it. Sometimes the Five of Wands can be like ego conflict. I don't feel that. I feel very, very much like, how do I want to say? It has this bite of stay away. It has this bite of protection. of protecting this at all costs. That's what it is. That's also what the 5 of swords can be, like very black and white, all or nothing. And I'm getting the all or nothing with you. And it feels it's out of like it's out of protection, and it's surrounding the 3 of wands, which is anticipation of what the future is going to bring around what you're nurturing here. I'm pulling a couple other cards here. Yeah, victory at the bottom, 6 of wands. Yeah, very protective over your future about this, around this. Anything else for Scorpio pertaining to this spread? Oh, Scorpio. Some of you guys are literally building wealth. 6 of swords and the 10 of pentacles. Some of you guys, this is literally like building wealth, building a home. Again, you're thinking about your future. We already knew that. You're looking forward to the fruits of your labor. This is why it's requiring so much investment, because the fruit that's going to grow on this tree is going to be some big ass sweet fruit. Okay. Okay. Some of you guys, this could actually be about, like I said, a pregnancy, building a family, expanding a family. Yeah, it's definitely your personal legacy, Scorpio, and you're headed in that direction. You're highly focused on it, and you're very protective over it, and you love it. It excites you, and you're being responsible. I mean, it's like, what else can I say? But the fruits that are going to grow off this tree, they're going to be big fruits. They're going to be very sweet fruit. I do feel, I can't lie. I feel wealth. I feel wealth. Some of you, I feel children. But this is about your long-term stability. You will be taken care of. Whoever's resonating with this, you will be taken care of. 10 of Pentacles is long, okay? Pentacles in general are the slowest element in tarot. But the 10 of Pentacles, this is like you're planning for years to come. Hence why it's requiring so much care and intention and pacing. You're not just, this is not just like the next 5 years. It's like some of you guys are planning the rest of your life. Again, some of you guys, this could be pregnancy, or building a family, or a business. Okay, let's move on. Scorpio, you got to make everything so intense. I feel like any other sign, it would have been like, oh, look at you. You're planning some cool shit out for yourself and you really love it. No, that had to be like serious. Okay, Pisces. Even just the beginning visual. I'm sorry, Scorpio. It's just like, no one can know about this. Okay, Pisces. What's going on for Pisces for this week? Can't get the Scorpio visual in my head. Pisces. I want to get into Pisces energy, please. Pisces. What's going on for my Pisceans this week? For my fishy fish this week? Oh, Pisces. I'm getting a couple things. Definitely getting that void energy. They're also showing me, like, just metaphorically, a river. How do I? Feeling just high level insulation with you. Excuse me. It's weird. It's like hang in there with the metaphor. It's like you're in the river and other people are on shore and you're just watching them. I feel like you can engage with them, but I don't understand the distance, I guess is what I'm getting. I don't understand the distance. It's like thank you. That's what it is. You're keeping emotional distance. Maybe you're just hypersensitive right now. It is your season. By the way, happy birthday, Pisces. It is your season. Pisces. Can I get a card for Pisces, please? For Pisces. Okay. Nightingale. So I do feel like you are engaging. I'm feeling a lot of emotional distance. Like an energetic 10-foot pole. Like, stay out of my bubble. stay out of my water. It's very much like that. But you are engaging and you're also being very expressive. very communicative with Nightingale. This is the throat chakra card. Sometimes this card can speak of music. You may be getting a lot of messages via music. You could be sharing music with other people. Maybe you're actually singing. But music, sound, frequencies seem to be big. Sound bathing might be a really good thing for you this week, especially if the psychic noise gets to be too much for you. Yeah, I'm getting sound. Anything else for Pisces? Pisces, this is like, the more I'm getting into this, like, you being in the river and people being on the shore, even though you're like engaging with them, you're really keeping your heart back. I'm not going to say it's closed. You're really like, you're like holding it away from people is how it feels. Doesn't mean it's closed. Can I get another card for Pisces? It's like you don't want it to be touched. It's like, don't touch that. Oh, interesting. Dolphin. Dolphin is the card of the healer or healing. Oh, and overwhelm. This is literally my empath overload card. Okay, so everything, it's just confirming everything I'm feeling with you. What is so fascinating here, Pisces, is I do feel like you're engaging with people, but I think you're going to have a lot of times where you're going to tell people, back up, I need space. I need to go and be by myself. I need to go be in quiet, because the lizard is very clear, especially with these cards. It's like you're really sensitive right now, emotionally, energetically. And I keep feeling this like, don't touch my heart, don't touch my heart, don't touch my heart, because I think it'd just be too much for you. Dolphin is, like I said, the card of the healer, the mystic, healing. It's also play, sensuality, fun, frolic. What a double-edged sword, Pisces, because I feel like there's fun to be had and a part of you wants to engage more or even have more intimacy with certain people, but it's too much for you. It's too much for you. Some of you may be perceiving even like a dolphin person, like someone who carries this kind of vibration. Again, the dolphin is the mystic, the healer. And if this is reverse or vice versa, then obviously reverse it for you. But I want to say you even feel overwhelmed by the dolphin if you're dealing with a dolphin person. It may be their voice. That's interesting. The sound coming in. You're just sensitive right now. You just sensitive right now. And keep in mind, this can even be reversed in the same way where people may find your energy to be too much as well. Because I keep feeling around the dolphin, there's just like this. What's that word in physics? It just feels like a lot of like high frequency energy is like reverberating out of somebody. And for some of you, that's someone you're engaging with. And for some of you, it's you, like you're surging energy or something. Yeah, you're surging energy, someone else is surging energy. You could be perceiving it that way because you're so sensitive. You understand what I'm getting here. These are the themes that I'm getting. And again, if you're feeling overwhelmed by somebody or their energy or their voice, something about the voice, just be honest about it. Just say it. Let's pull the unicorns for you. But remember, with the dolphins also play in healing. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by somebody, yes, obviously take your space and take care of yourself as needed. But some of you, this is just something coming up for some of you. Some of you may be getting overwhelmed because you're actually triggered. And there could be healing to be had in that moment. Like, what is actually overwhelming you? Is it energy? Is it sound? Cool, take a break, right? But some of you, it may actually be love. It may be the actual healing of the dolphin is overwhelming to you. Let's continue. This is very fascinating. Because I keep getting this feeling like you're trying to like hold your heart back too. Anyway, Pisces. Let's do one more. Oh. Any other messages or insights for Pisces? Oh. Okay. Pisces, keep in mind this can be reversed, but I'm just gonna call it. Um, Pisces, this looks like a heart explosion to me. Okay. This does look like something is touching your heart very closely, very intimately, or like literally your heart is like boom, or you're having some sort of realization um about your heart space, your emotional needs, and I also want to say love. I do want to say that. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could literally just be the experience of unconditional love. It can even be the experience of feeling touched by spirit or being at one with spirit. I'm also getting that too. Some of this could actually be a spiritual awakening, but this is absolutely an explosion of the heart, and I think it is a lot for you. I keep feeling like this is reverse, but I'm just going to read it like it's you, okay? I don't think I've ever seen these two together. In all my years of reading tarot, I don't think I've ever seen these two come out like that. That's crazy. Boom. Okay, Pisces. Tell me more about what's going on with Pisces. Yeah, I could see that being overwhelming. That could be a lot. I knew that was gonna come out. Yeah, Five of Swords. This is like trying to backpedal on the explosion. This is very much like trying to like keep the emotional distance, right? The Five of Swords coming out here. I get it. It's overwhelming. Oh. Okay, Pisces. Okay, this does kind of scream heart opening. Heart opening, feeling unconditional love, maybe even for the first time, being overwhelmed by love for the first time. And I want to say real unconditional love or spiritual love, like feeling at one with spirit, right? And what's it's doing is oh my god, I can't talk. It's evoking the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. I mean, Tower is 555, right? The fact that it's the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups, it's like having like this level of emotion and sensitivity. It's bringing up some stuff for you with the Five of Cups. And I also want to say it's like making you want to distance yourself from people because it's a lot. But in distancing yourself from people, I do think some of you are also feeling remorseful at the same time and really sad about even distancing yourself from people. Kind of what I was getting before, where it's like you want to engage with this like Ace of Cups, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's making you wanna, like, do a lot of that, which is also bumming you out. So you got a little tug of war going on with yourself here. Anything else for Pisces? Be mindful of regret. Five of Cups can speak of that. I mean, again, if, like, at the end of the day, we do have to take care of ourselves first, right? No matter what, we do need to take care of ourselves first, and if space is what you need, space is what you need. Um, just don't be reactive. Avoid being reactive here. Yeah. Yeah. Five of Swords, Five of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Some of you may be distancing yourself from a Knight of Cups or taking space. This actually could be very dolphin energy, even though it's actually your court card. Um, but I just say that because of the healing quality of the dolphin and the Knight of Cups. And a Knight of Cups is also very open-hearted, very willing to communicate from the heart and give from the heart. Um, I just feel like you're really struggling with the notion of having your heart so open and upfront and being affected in this way, especially by other people. So again, some of you may have rejected a Knight of Cups or distanced yourself from a Knight of Cups person to deal with this. I also feel like some of you there's an apology that may emerge out of this as well, of like just being honest, like, hey, I was feeling a little overwhelmed, or this was a lot, or A, B, C, D, E, whatever. I do feel like an honest conversation is going to happen with all of this um, at some point, wherever you're at in the timeline of this. But Pisces, I also feel like this is speaking to your true Piscean nature of wanting to connect in that way. You want to connect in the way of the Knight of Cups. While this heart stuff is going on, it's just a lot for you. But again, if you've had to distance yourself or there's been some sort of misunderstanding because it's just been overwhelming, there's going to be some honest conversations about it. And that's good. Oh, wow, Pisces. Okay. We had 4 cups at the bottom just to show you. So there's some, again, distancing happening. Yeah. 2 of Swords, trying to figure it out, make sense of it. Interesting around an Empress energy, which to me is very dolphin too. It's very healing. Okay. Earth. Where'd the animals go? All right. Earth signs. We made it. We made it to you. All right. I'm going to get a little sip here before I dive into Earth. Oh, what's going on for my Earth signs? Hold on. God, this earbud is like really uncomfortable. Earth signs. I'm finding it hard to like really be in your energy. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Keep in mind the moon is actually in Capricorn today. Oh, excuse me. Moving into Aquarius very soon. If not, I think by the end of today, it might be in Aquarius. Earth signs. Yeah, again, you guys are very quiet. Let's just go ahead and get started with Taurus. This might be the shortest weekly ever. Let's see. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Normally, when an energy is like this quiet, there's usually some stuff going on. Or there's like hermiting happening. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Ooh, red. Red is a color for you. Red. I'm seeing red streaks. Normally, when they show me red streaks, it's usually about anger or resentment. Oh, they're showing me the I don't have it on the table. So from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck that I have, they're showing me the Mars card. Maybe your Mars is in Taurus, not necessarily. But Mars energy seems to be active for you right now. Oh, okay. Taurus. Oh, do not like that card. Hyena, this is my 7 of Swords card. And it's a bit of a mask. It also speaks of the dark side of the moon, but it's like, I'm going to laugh in your face, but I'm really plotting against you kind of a card. Okay. Some of y'all could be hiding some resentments from people. Some of y'all could have been dealing with some shady people. We're going to get into it. I am hearing the word secrets. Tell me more for Taurus. It's definitely got the anger, warlike energy, conflict, has the energy of conflict around it. Can I get another card for Taurus? Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be your reading. Reading for a lot of people. Just saying. Could be someone you know. Can I get another card for Taurus for this week? Got 2 more. Oh, okay. I'm liking that. We have hyena, owl, and hawk. No matter what this hyena energy is, again, it feels very 7 of Swords. It feels like illusion. I don't really love it. Sometimes it's just like, oh, there's just something you can't see yet. It feels more prickly than that. But the owl and the hawk, you're seeing it for what it is, okay? You're seeing it in all its true colors and forms, so I'm not even worried about it for you. Hawk is usually a card that comes out when Spirit's trying to get us to make some certain moves. It's like Spirit's coming in to help us. Excuse me. You could even be having a little divine intervention moment, feeling a little bit of that, because it feels like being shown the truth so you can evacate a situation. You can exit, you can leave. Actually, someone else had this similar. Actually, it might have been Aries. It might have been your neighbor. But owl is like a high priest energy. It's the night eagle. It's seeing the truth in the dark. It's seeing what other people can't. It's seeing what you normally can't see. You're seeing all sides of the moon. Okay. You're seeing right through the hyena energy. And I feel like Spirit is helping you to see this even. So you can act accordingly. That's what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting here. Um, it's interesting. I think there's something with you and Aries going on. I'm gonna do Rider Waite, but again, they are your neighbor, so makes sense. That's also why I don't like to do the all signs like in the zodiac order, like Aries, Taurus, Gemini. If you're wondering, because some people have asked me that, the reason I don't do that is because they are all neighbors, and so it's like the readings change slightly. Like, it's like I don't know. I just don't like it. They're all too close together. I really like focusing on the elemental groups. But anyway, just sharing. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus for this week? Any messages or insights for Taurus this week? Yeah, you're seeing right through the hyena. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Could it be your own shadow? Potentially. I feel like most of you it's not, though. Just being honest. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys, this could be about a Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is you, though. I feel like this is you being focused on your money, being focused on work, being focused on just managing your life. But with the Queen of Pentacles being here as you, I also feel like you're in a really good position, actually. Some of you guys are business owners. That's just what the Queen of Pentacles can represent. Some of you guys manage a family and you work. Like, it just feels like you're really on top of your life and you're really on top of your shit and you're really responsible. I also want to say that like people may look to you, or you may run a business. Like, you may have people that work under you that answer to you. I feel like you're looked at with respect is what I want to say. This is Capricorn energy. You are looked at with respect. People do look up to you. That wanted to be mentioned very clearly. People may also underestimate you. Oh, maybe this person's underestimating you. If it's a person, they could be underestimating you. Anything else for Taurus? If you are dealing with another person or other people, some of you guys, this is in the workplace, just also saying because Queen of Pentacles is out here. I do feel like age gap or a major gap in life experience. Like, if you're the queen, I feel like you're dealing with pages. That kind of equivalency, or knights even. Oh, Jesus. And there it is. Conflict. That's what I was talking with the hyena. I'm like, I feel conflict and fighting. 7 of Wands. Oh my God. With the Queen of Cups. Taurus, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Oh, this could be fighting going on between two queens here, but even then, I feel like there's some sort of gap in age or some sort of gap in life experience is just what I'm sensing. I also feel like this is you just reflecting and seeing and healing and intuiting through the owl so you can navigate accordingly. But the conflict that's happening here, the 5 of Wands and 7 of Wands, some of you, it's your own shadow and you've been fighting yourself. You've been fighting your shadow and you're going to get over that. But if you've been dealing with another person or other people and it's like something hasn't felt right, I want to say it has been around like the feeling of competition and like power dynamics and hierarchy, almost like maybe they've been wanting to take you off your pedestal. It's literally how I wanted to be said, or take you down a peg. Some of you guys, there's also some mother stuff going on here and or family fighting. This might be with your family. Some of you I'm getting work. Some of you guys I'm getting family. Disturbing your position. Disturbing your position is what I'm hearing. Your position, your status, your standing. Some of you guys, even your financial standing. Jesus. Okay. Either way, I like it's messy. It messy. And like I said, even with the Queen of Cups being here, even if you're fighting with a Queen of Cups, which I'm thinking most of you are not, okay? If you are, it's a mother energy or feminine energy. or emotionally manipulative energy, like shadowy Queen of Cups. Shadowy Queen of Cups is emotionally manipulative and codependent. Okay. Could also be someone who's greedy. It's just someone else. It's just a channeling that I'm feeling. Either way, your intuition is showing you what's really going on and how to navigate it. But again, if you're not fighting with anybody, I'm seeing that you've been indecisive. I want to say potentially about your work or your finances or like how you are maintaining your life. Okay. And you're about to see how to deal with it. Any other messages or insights for Taurus? Yeah, I like, even if it's about just yourself or again, you're dealing with external people, the question of your material stability, that's something that I'm getting here. There's been a question of your material stability. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Taurus, you will be fine. Look at this. We have Empress Venus, which is one of your majors, with the star Aquarius and the Four of Pentacles. You're gonna be totally fine. Okay. The star is healing. The star is truth and enlightenment. It's wish fulfillment. I'm getting a little bit of fate energy too. Maybe some of you guys have a North Node energy going on too as well. But that Four of Pentacles is a card of attachment. It's a card of power. It's a card of trying to save or reserve or preserve your power. I don't think you're going to have to worry about it. I also feel like you're really protected. You've got the Empress and the Star, baby. You're going to be fine. All right. We also have the Four of Wands at the bottom. More stability here. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Okay. 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 We gotta go here. The bottom cards are just like crazy. All right. So we have Four of Wands with the Three of Wands. I feel like this is you maintaining your position. There's a lot being referenced here of like your standing or your status has been like not threatened, but it has this feeling of like disruption and disturbance, disruption and disturbance, either because people have been trying to disrupt you, disturb you. I almost want to say throw you off of your foundation, throw you out of your standing, maybe even throw you off your throne a little bit. It has this feeling of like you can't take your eyes off of this. You can't take your eyes off of the Four of Wands. You can't take your eyes off your standing. You can't take your eyes off your throne. That's how it's feeling to me. And again, you came out as the Empress as well. No matter how many people are trying to throw you off or disturb you, or even if you're fighting yourself in your own shadow with trying to figure out how to maintain this in a better way. But here you are, maintaining. And with the Three of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups. Oh, just wait. The Devil. Mhm. With the Ten of Pentacles. So that Devil, hold on a second. Ten of Pentacles, Devil, and the King of Cups. Keep in mind, King of Cups and Queen of Cups are also showing as a true pair here. I feel like that's the root of the conflict. That's the root of the Five of Wands. Whether it's your own shadow, and if it's your own shadow, it's around your relationship to your own material life, your finances, your work, all of the stuff that you've been trying to preserve, all the stuff you've been trying to maintain and not have disturbed. There is something that is restless and I want to say needs to be reevaluated around your relationship to all of that stuff. But if you're dealing with somebody external, it's a King of Cups energy, okay? And King of Cups with Devil and the Ten of Pentacles just feels like entitlement. It feels like someone who feels entitled to your pentacles, entitled to your future. Some of you, it's someone who feels entitled to a commitment or a relationship, even. Could even be someone who feels entitled to a business relationship. I just keep getting entitlement. And the Knight of Swords is an exchange that could be happening between the two of you about this Five of Wands energy. And if it's your own shadow, it's you encountering the truth of this aspect of your shadow that you need to make peace with here. Either way, you're going to be fine because you have the Star here, which again is healing on your end of things with Empress. So again, I'm not worried about it. Wow, interesting reading, Taurus. Let's move on to Virgo. Do you have a good nap? Oh, you got sleepy eyes. Okay. Okay. Virgo. What's going on for my Virgos for this week? My baby's napping too. It's so cute when they wake up from a long nap and they have the drunk eyes. Oh. Sorry. Okay. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo for this week? What's going on for my Virgos? What's going on for the virgins? The maidens. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I did a timestamp. Good. Someone else had this. Or similar to this. We have eagle and crocodile. Who had this? This is going to drive me crazy. I don't think it was exactly crocodile, but someone else had eagle. And I am getting something similar. I'm almost tempted to pull another different set here. Because I feel like there's a relief happening for you, Virgo. Something's over. My candle just went crazy. Something's finally over. Can I get one other card for Virgo? I'm hearing sweet relief. Something's over. Oh, shark. Okay. Oh, something you've been perceiving as a threat, I want to say. And I say that because that's what shark represents here. Shark represents feeling like the walls are closing in, feeling like some sort of impending doom, some sort of inevitable thing is coming your way. You're finding peace with it. It's over. It's over. That's what I just keep getting. It's over. The threat is not a threat. At least not anymore. If it's been like an illusionary threat, you're seeing the truth that it's not anything you have to worry about. Also, why crocodile is here. Crocodile is managing your emotions through chaotic times, right? It is that being cool as a cucumber emotionally. Even if a shark is circling, you're fine. The threat is over. It's just what wants to keep coming through. We're going to pull from Glow in the Dark Tarot for you, Virgos. Any other messages or insights for Virgos pertaining to this spread? Any messages or insights for Virgos pertaining to this spread? I'm also picking up on quiet for you too, like the importance of quiet. Maybe that's just what you need, Virgo. Maybe you just need a little relaxation. Maybe you just need a little time out to just calm. To calm, especially if you've had any fear happening. To work through that fear, to see the fear for what it is. Any messages or insights for Virgo? Puts his little paws on the table. For Virgo for this week. Empress. Not too many people have had Empress. Taurus had Empress as well. This is Venus energy. This is usually a card of sitting pretty. This is usually a card of the candle is going crazy. Can you guys tell the flame just went insane? I don't know, Virgo. I was going to say something feels very strange about your reading, especially with the shark being here. Oh, you know what? Okay, I don't think Leo had eagle, but the shark is giving me the same vibes I got in the Leo reading, which is your neighbor, right? It's giving me similar vibes of something just kind of dark, to be honest with you. Something a little dark and a little heavy. But Empress, I feel like you are the Empress, and I feel like you're going to be fine. And I think you just need to realize that you're fine. I think you're going to need to just realize everything really is okay. Empress is a card of growth and expansion and abundance and fertility. Anything else for Virgo? It's also the feminine. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, okay, Virgo. We have Empress and the Two of Cups with star poking out at the bottom. So this is highlighting a relationship. Whatever that relationship is. Could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a colleague, could be a lover. But a relationship is here around this feeling of impending doom and and trying to recognize that everything's going to be okay. Oh, Jesus. Wow, we are not being subtle today, are we? God. Wow. That says a lot. Empress, the Two of Cups, and the Devil. Again, what did I say about Leo? This is basically the devil energy was really prominent in Leo. And in the Leo reading, watch the Leo reading if you have any Leo in your chart, if you're resonating with this. But in the Leo reading, for some Leos, there was this like person or external energy that was oh my God. Ah! Hold on. Holy crap. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. This is crazy. Okay. Oh, you guys saw it? Hold on. Clyde for president. Oh, that little tail. That's what you said. Okay. I have never in my life had a tea light candle do that. I almost had a full on fire here. Um, it tea lights. Y'all know tea lights. It's a little light and it goes out. Somehow it was getting towards the bottom because we're close to the end of the live, right? And somehow the entire metal container caught fire. Like outside the wick. The entire freaking container of it was on fire. Doesn't even make sense how that could happen. And then so it's on I have like a little altar that I keep all these things on for these readings. And I have a resin piece on that little altar for readings that I made a couple years ago. And it has a cicada in it. So oh, you guys can see that. Sorry if you get grossed out by bugs. And it caught fire. It actually caught fire. This was literally a blaze. That's when I looked and I was like, "Oh no, I got to put this out." And then something even stranger happened. So I went to the kitchen to put some water on the flame that was the candle. And as I put water on it, it didn't go out. The flame literally Virgos, you and Leo, something ain't right. Okay? Something ain't right about that energy. And I almost want to redo Virgo's reading. Actually, I think I am going to because I think this is part of the stuff that was coming up in Leo. So I'm just going to say this here, Virgo. If you resonate with some effed up energy that you got going on with another person, this is not just your energy, okay? If you got some effed up energy like that and you know it, go watch the Leo reading because we're gonna redo Virgo because I know not all Virgos got this going on. That was insane. That was absolutely energy and spirit talking. Okay. That whatever this devil energy is around this connection, maybe even the connection itself, purge it, burn it, whatever. Okay. Uh-uh. No, no, no. No, we are redoing Virgo. It's not okay. I, water on fire, and it made the fire go poof. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hell to the no. Ain't dealing with that. Actually, where are these cards? Mm-hmm. Craziness. I knew something was weird. All right. All right, Virgo 2. Let's see here. That's crazy. Wasn't there a news story about that a long time ago? A news story? Use baking soda next time. Oh, it's out. Trust me. I made sure it was out before I walked back over here. Time for sage. I feel really good about my clearing spray. It's got a lot of stuff in it and I charge it and everything and I love it. It feels amazing every time I use it. We're fine. And it's like even when I close out the lives and I close up the circle, I'm very intentional about all the words that I use and the prayers that I use to close up the circle. Don't worry about it, guys. We're fine. All right. Second reading for Virgo. Would shoot up. Yeah, it was crazy. Okay. Virgo, getting into another reading for Virgo. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. They're bringing in some gold energy here. They're bringing in some gold light for you, Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo for this week? Any messages or insights for Virgo for this week? Not taking those. That's way too many. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo for this week? Ooh, okay, Virgo. We have the otter coming out. I like that. We only had one other one other sign get the otter, and it was Sagittarius. Very different already from the other reading. Just go watch Leo. Anyway, so otter is unconditional love. It is the equal relationship that we can have with other people, with family, with tribe, with our lovers. It's very much like 6 of cups, 2 of cups, lovers energy. So I love that this is here for you. Okay. With lizard. Okay. So lizard is my card of being overwhelmed. So Pisces had something similar to this where there was the opportunity to really engage with other people in this kind of like loving way and like from the heart, but it was a lot for them. It was overwhelming for them. And given Pisces is your natural complement and we have the north node in Pisces and south node in your sign, not surprised is also kind of peeking through in your reading here. Can I get a third card for Virgo for this week? Can I get a third card for Virgo this week? Ooh, okay. And Hawk. Hawk comes in when spirit's really with us. Like, not that spirit's never with us, but really in our faces with trying to help us out. Okay. And that's what I feel like I'm seeing with you. I feel like you're getting some help. I feel like you're getting some divine assistance here with navigating certain relationships at this time. Okay. And seeing people clearly. That's also what I'm getting to, and seeing people clearly. Some of you guys have an otter person in your life or around you, and some of you may struggle to really see their true intentions, is what I'm getting. You'll know who you are if you're in that boat. Let's go ahead and use Rider Waite for you guys. We're still on Virgo? Yeah, we're redoing Virgo. We redoing that shit. Any messages or insights for Virgo pertaining to this spread? Okay. After the explosion. What's the otter vibe to know if it's around you? Very genuine, very sweet natured, and unconditionally loving is how I would describe someone who has otter energy. Somebody who's all about the nurturing and the comfort of connections in an emotional way, but very sweet and very genuine and very kind, very soft as well, very soft. Tender, they're saying tender as well, tender. Any messages or insights for Virgo? Ace of Pentacles. So I think you're also the only sign to get the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God, I've never noticed that before. I've never noticed that the hand's like radiating. Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see it. I've never noticed that before. Ace of Pentacles are usually new beginnings of stability and also very tangible new beginnings. Like it's not an internal desire, it's actually happening in your physical reality. Sometimes it can relate to finances or even a gift. But this just feels like a very tangible opportunity that's available to you, Virgo. I'm also hearing Sagittarius. Otter did come up in the Sag reading. It is a mutable sign as well. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? Ooh. Virgo, look at you. Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. You are absolutely receiving some sort of new beginning, some sort of gift coming your way. You may feel overwhelmed by it. The queens receive. That's why I'm saying you're receiving it. You're not giving it. You're absolutely receiving it. Some of you guys manifested this, but I feel like it's a little overwhelming. Some of you, it's a reward, but I'm getting gift and opportunity very specifically. Oh, is that what I think it is? Wow. 2 aces out of 3 cards. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. I want to say this gift and opportunity is true. It's real. There's something about when it comes in, you're having a hard time believing it. You're having a hard time trusting it. I mean, being the Queen of Wands, you're also a queen, you are also intuitive. And like I said, Hawk Spirit is also indicating that spirit is like really loud for you right now to help you navigate this. And with the Ace of Swords, it's the sword of truth. You know that this is real. You know that it's real. But I think you definitely are going to question it for a minute. King of Pentacles, this could be actually, I didn't want to say it is coming from a King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. This could be a job offer for some of you, a job offer or a promotion, or literally someone giving you a gift, or even maybe giving you straight up money. But the King of Pentacles is gifting this to you. Okay. You deserve it. I want to say you deserve it. You deserve it and you've earned it. Virgo, I'm so glad we did a second reading, because you know what? I'm starting to wonder if that first reading, very similar to Leo, so maybe you got some shit going on with Leo, like I said. Sometimes really bullshit, dark things like that come up because we have some amazing blessings coming into our life. You have 3 aces. Okay. Out of 5 cards, 3 of them are aces. And you are absolutely getting some sort of gift or reward or opportunity. Again, some of you, it's a job offer. And with the Ace of Cups being here, it's definitely something you want. It's something you have love for. It's something you care about. It's something you've earned. And it's true and it's real. And like I said, spirit's right here with you, giving you the confirmation of go. Like you know this is real. You know this is real. You know this is happening. Don't doubt it. Don't let anyone make you doubt it either. Again, probably why the first reading went all wonky the way that it did. If this is a relationship, it's definitely somebody who has a lot of love for you and a lot of respect for you. But I want to say, like, a good chunk of you, this is a gift or a job offer. 8 of Wands at the bottom, expansion and travel. Can I get a final card for Virgo? Hey, you. Can I get a final card for Virgo? Yeah, you're questioning it. I get it. I get it. This is coming through with the Ace of Wands. I absolutely feel like you're questioning it. Like, I don't know. Hence, being a little overwhelmed. I don't know about that. Tell me more about Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords here for Virgo. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords for Virgo. Wow. 4 of Wands. One more. This is, I want to say this is actually giving you access to the 4 of Wands here. 4 of Wands can be about foundations, and I've said this many times this live, but it can also be about walking through portals of celebration and abundance and stability. And you're being gifted the Ace of Pentacles, which would absolutely give you that. Can I get one more here? Yeah, you're not sure. 2 of Swords. You're not sure. Final card. Yeah, you're not sure. 5 of Wands. You feel torn about it. Just peeking at the cards. Yeah, you feel torn about it. If you're really not sure, ask spirit, man. I feel like they're saying a hard yes on this, but you're the one who needs to decide for yourself, free will and all. But spirit's not going to lie to you. Your intuition's not going to lie to you. But it seems pretty clear to me. Okay. But I get it, especially if you got that like weird energy that came up in the first reading, or even if you like the Leo reading resonates with you, you probably do have an energy that's like making it hard for you to really trust. You know what I mean? That's adding some doubt where it doesn't need to be, you know, or fucking with you in a way you don't need to be fucked with, right? All right, Capricorn. Cappies. What's in your eye? Hold on. Let me just grab that. I know. Okay. Sorry. All right, Capricorn. The devil's going to throw itself in that fire pit. Not my business anymore. Exactly. Capricorns. Any messages or insights for Capricorns for this week? Any messages or insights for Capricorns for this week? I'm hearing the numbers are adding up. Some of you guys are doing some accounting, some financial stuff. It is tax season, right? Excuse me. The numbers are adding up. Some of you guys could also be just like putting 2 and 2 together to make sense of something. It's interesting how that wanted to be said. Like very checks and balances. Can I get a card for Capricorn? Oh, Scorpion. The numbers are adding up. Scorpion comes out when there's like a grudge like energy, or you're just holding on to stuff that you don't need to hold on to. Maybe you're realizing someone else is holding on to something in relation to you. Like this is giving resentment. Tell me more for Capricorn. Yeah, letting it go. Letting it go. Okay, Capricorns, this is not what I expected for your reading with what I was getting in the channeling, but maybe you just needed confirmation on all that. Um, Scorpion, again, I'm getting this like attachment, I'm getting some resentment. The fish, feeling very much about like letting that go. Okay. That's really what I'm getting, almost like a washing away, even like a severing of that Scorpion energy. Some of you guys are deciding to get away from someone who's resentful or not deal with somebody who's resentful or somebody who can't let things go. But I also feel like if you need to let things go, you are. And then Camel coming out, Camel's resilience, Camel's resourcefulness. Camel is making the right decisions for the better, like for the highest good of the situation, even if it's hard. Yeah. So Capricorns, you're making a judgment call and it makes sense to you. The numbers are adding up. It makes sense to you to let go of this person or to let go of this resentment. It's in your highest good. And I want to say the highest good of the situation. Let's get the unicorns out here. Any messages or insights for Capricorn for this week? Yeah, it's giving very strong moving on energy. Any messages or insights for Capricorn? Wow. So we have Justice, beautiful first card to come out. It is in the highest good of the situation. Four of Cups. Ooh, Hanged Man. Empress. Oh, Jesus. And the Moon. It's a lot of cards here. Hold on. We're going to pull more, but let me get into this little stack here. That Hanged Man with the Empress and the Moon. This feels a little bit like it's emotional. It's definitely emotional. Oh God, I don't want to put this. This is a moment of going through some spiritual development here. Um, and definitely some emotional healing, but the moon is really speaking to the subconscious, things that are really buried in the depths, things that are buried in the underworld, things that are hidden away, even secrets potentially. Um, but the hanged man is indicating like we take time out to deal with these things. Like Capricorn, it's almost like you have been or you will this week take time to deal with the moon, to deal with what's been hiding behind the moon. Some of you, it's just buried feelings and buried resentment. Some of you have had a suspicion about people in your life or a person in your life. Like you couldn't put your finger on it. Like something just wasn't right. Something was off. This is also why the Four of Cups is showing up here with the Hanged Man. I feel like going in heavy meditation is actually going to help you quite a bit here. Okay. About making sense of your feelings, making sense of what you're sensing. And I feel like you're only going to really encounter the truth if you go into major quiet, go into that void energy, which again, I think you're going to benefit from doing like now. Okay. Even before the new moon. The new moon might help you, but I feel like leading up to the new moon is almost going to be more beneficial to be in this energy. Keep in mind, the moon is in your sign right now as I'm recording, as I'm live. Okay. Could have a Venus moon placement, not necessarily. Um, Yeah, but it's like seeing the scorpion for what it really is. Something with the scorpion feels very elusive for you. Again, like resentful feelings, but you haven't like acknowledged them or you've been in denial about them. Or again, something has felt off about a person or people in your life and you haven't been able to figure it out. Hold on, there's something else that I'm getting here too. Um, that's interesting. Some of you, it's just the oh God, this is like again, it's elusive. I'm also feeling like a very crunchy, discouraging, fearful, doubtful energy. Like some of you have had like waves of this, or you've been in this vibe and you haven't understood why. And some of you it is tied to another person. It seems to be a case of that going around lately. But either way, taking some quiet meditative space, you're going to see it. You're going to make sense of it. It's going to add up. And you're going to be able to let it go, or you're going to be able to cut it out. And you're going to restore balance for yourself. You're going to restore peace for yourself. What's with the readings today? Okay. I mean, when you go into the void, there's all kinds of things in the void, right? More like underworld energy. But any other messages or insights for Capricorn here? Any other messages or insights for Capricorn for this week? King of Swords, King of Truth. Okay. Tell me why the King of Swords is here, or what's around this King of Swords. It's Aquarian energy, your neighbor. I'm actually feeling the Emperor behind the King of Swords. The Fool. Yeah, freedom. Okay, so getting into your King of Swords energy also seems to be key. And it's interesting because I kept saying cut out, right? Which is what we do with the swords. The King of Swords is very swift and quick and direct with their words and their actions. But letting this go or cutting this out, it's almost like you have to call it out. Like you have to name what it is. Yeah, again, that makes sense because I keep getting it's elusive for you. It's like, it's so hard to describe. It's like again, yeah, these feelings of like doubt or fear or being unsure or being uncertain, um, but not even knowing why you feel that, or even like really suppressed emotion, or even another person's energy being in this kind of frequency, and it's clearly affecting you. It's affecting you. But when you take time in quiet and in meditation to really allow the truth of this to come up, you're going to know exactly what you need to do. And what you need to do is you need to name it. You need to name it, you need to call it, and that's going to root it out of your life. That's going to cut it out of your life. It's going to cut it out of your psyche. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. It's going to cut it out of your psyche. Again, weird readings today. One final card for Capricorn for this week. I knew I felt the Emperor energy. Look at that. Look at that. Emperor and the Page of Wands. Wow. We have the Emperor and we have the Empress on the board with that Page of Wands energy. This doesn't have to be about a romantic relationship or a partnership. I mean, obviously, some of you guys it is, because some of you it's an energy of another person affecting you. But Emperor and the Page of Wands, it's almost like when you cut out this Scorpion energy from yourself, or just like a person who has this energy, and it's like you release them, or again, cut them out. Confidence is here, excitement is here, passion's here, a new adventure, a new beginning, a sense of freedom is here. It's beautiful. But the key is to name it. That's the key. Put a name to it. Speak it out loud. Once you see it, call it out. Yeah, once you see it, call it out. On the bottom, we have Magician. There's a little bit of alchemy going on here for sure. Ooh, fun times ahead. Fun times ahead. 3 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. Some of you that even travel and partying. But yeah, lots to look forward to. But you have to name it. You have to name it. All right, guys, we're going to go. This would have been shorter if we didn't have to do 2 readings for Virgo. But anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing week and that you enjoy the new moon energy and even enjoy the spring season and all that's coming with the retrogrades and all that. But yeah, I'm going to go. Take care. Have a great night and a great start to your week. Bye, guys.